groaning.
Go.
I've already done the thing, so get on my
How
level.
dare you? How
Wow.
dare you do this?
Wow, it's already off. It's already off to like that, is it? Okay.
Perfect.
Well,
Yeah.
well,
Beautiful, beautiful.
But
Hello, everyone.
audience,
Hello.
as you can see, we're a Goose short today. Unfortunately, Goose will be here in spirit and hopefully in physical form, virtual form next Sunday.
One goose short of a
We're-
gander.
physical virtual form.
In Goose we trust.
Goose we trust.
In Goose we trust. Now, you know what? It wouldn't surprise me if that one had some weird shit attached to it as well,
Well,
honestly.
But what if it's the
Fair,
Goose Game?
fair.
What if it's the
I would
Untitled Goose
expect
Game?
Goose Game,
I'm here for
yeah.
that.
Also,
I
Hmm.
am actually here for that.
I mean, if you guys saw my latest clip compilation, I actually put a clip from D&D in it, and I had the Goose from Goose Game wielding an axe.
Yep.
It was pretty funny, if I do say so myself.
Rate it. Applause.
cool,
Applause.
cool, cool.
But here we are, me with my newly cut bang, Josie Proser.
Oh,
the
I like it.
mistress
There
of
you go.
today.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's a bit
Looks
weird.
banging.
Technically, game hasn't started yet. Like,
Yeah,
that doesn't
yeah.
count.
Gotta get as
That's
many in
right.
as possible before we start.
I will be DMing today, as always, for these silly people, and we'll take the quick rounds. We got Roju
Hello,
playing.
Gerald.
We got Orb.
Orb is playing
Oh
Arthur
my
Orbit, a Wood Elf Ranger.
Oh,
Yeah.
Perfect. Cuddly.
Hello, playing Nana Malavora. Heck to yes.
Yeah, and on my screen, Cuddly and Orb, if you can point, like, if you point right down and Cuddly you point left down.
My left?
Yeah, there we got Aussie.
That's completely wrong.
We got me! I'm AussieDevFro! I'm playing Rudy, Magic Hands McGee, the cleric.
Perfect.
What?
Yeah, and that stuff only works on my end. Quick round of things. For all the viewers, all the different streamers have channel point redemptions to give them inspiration, free rerolls. And over on my end, we got channel point redemptions, community challenge to give them some fun little items to help them along the way, or maybe not help them, depending on if someone chugs the potion right away or not. We don't know. Things can happen.
I forgot about the
But-
channel point thing. Feels good.
That's fine.
Yay!
Feels good. No
Speaking of
points for
community,
you.
Just thank you for finishing Gerald's inspiration off. Lovely people.
There we go. We got it.
That
It's
is
fine.
what we're talking about.
Fine. Inspirational. Thank you, Pablo.
Inspirational. Inspired. You've been inspired. How does that feel?
It feels, it feels pretty good. Feels pretty good.
I feel
Feels
inspired.
pretty good. Feels pretty good. Oh, good.
Are you not
mean-
inspired now?
No.
I'm always inspired when I'm surrounded by such inspiring
Oh, thank
people.
you.
Yeah.
Wow.
That is my one compliment for the day. There you go.
I do not accept your compliment.
We're supposed to sustain ourselves off that for the rest of the night? Jeez.
Yeah. We're adding in. We got the Punishment Panther. We've got the Metagaming Menace. We got the.
Love
What was
this.
it? There was something else, and then we're adding. What did
The
you
complimentary
just say?
canary. It doesn't do anything.
Sure.
It's just like fucks around and says,
Comes-
"Hey, you look really nice
No,
today."
Yeah, no. It's an aggressive canary though. You're
Oh.
fucking beautiful, you know?
Oh no! So it's just my friend Meg Pete.
Aggressive compliments are the best kind of compliments.
That works for me.
It does actually. It's a lot easier to take those compliments for some reason. Someone needs to do brain
Fuck you, you're
research on
awesome.
this.
I don't know. You've never tried to give compliments in this household. I give compliments to one Ditto. It turns out it was a stuffed toy and not Noctia. And then I'm like, well, shit. Now which one is the real one? Who do I give the compliment? It's a whole thing.
You
But
gotta
does
give
the
them to
Ditto
both.
feel good though? Does
All
the
of them.
Ditto feel good?
I mean, the Dittos always give you that smile. You know, that blank smile that doesn't give anything away. Yeah. That
I know
is-
that. That's my
yeah.
one facial expression.
That's it. Cuddly Raptors nailed it. Holy shit.
I'm
there's
actually a Ditto.
There's another Ditto right there. Josie, pulling
Yeah,
off as well.
It's the white person awkward smile.
Now, see, that's my secret. I'm always awkward, so I don't have to do the smile. It's just
There you go.
general state of being.
Oh, hold on.
I
But
can't
we're
do it.
here. Speaking of cups, what's everyone drinking today? I got some something in my glass tankard as per usual.
Something. I mean,
I don't want to name any brands, but it's
Something. Does it start with a C and end with an la? Ola?
maybe
Maybe.
could be.
Hola.
Why-
why is there gorgonzola cheese in your mug? I don't understand.
What's everyone else got?
Fucking
I got coffee in a new woo mug. By the
I got
way,
coffee in-
no,
I
you
have
know
a
what?
bigger
I'm not
mug
gonna
than
do
you.
it.
And I got a 1 liter thing of milk as usual.
As usual. Orb.
Don't go!
I've got a can with that symbol.
Fermented barley.
Yes.
Kind of.
I
can't
have
remember
a
the
big
English
mug of
words.
water, and I emasculated Darcy about his mug, and then that's why he's gone. By the way,
Okay, well, while he's gone, let's get the game started.
it's hot cocoa.
Oh, he's trying to 1 cup you.
Yeah.
I have a gloom in a giant Snorlax mug. Is that better? Do I win now?
No.
Yes.
It's a bit gloomy.
Yeah.
But what if you have 2 mugs? And this one says spread good vibes, but really I think I'm just spreading bacteria at this point.
Yeah.
Come back!
We're trying to.
Aussie, come back.
back.
Try to start the game.
I had to close the door.
No, we-
Sorry.
Okay. Well, since we don't have Denny here today, we won't have any background music running. Unfortunately, we didn't have time to set anything up as a fallback, but we'll make do.
Thank you.
Last time on Cold Dawn Under, our adventurers had just crossed the river. Some discussions were had, some preparations were made, and Rudy talked to a dead person.
It was a time.
Some fiddling with spells to work out how they would actually manage to converse with this creature, as it apparently didn't speak any languages anyone else knew.
It was fine.
It was fine.
It was fine.
It was
You
fine.
got there in the end.
Yeah.
Got
We're
there in
okay.
the end.
Oh,
Some information was gained, some was cryptic, some not. Some assumptions have been made among the group, and then you started heading towards the tree line. Getting closer to the tree line, you realized you were being stalked by something, and as you got even closer, those somethings turned out to be a group of yetis that were now trying to run you down. And as you neared the tree line, figures showed up, giants and what looked to be a human. Started shooting arrows and throwing axes, and eventually the Yetis turned around and fled for their lives after one of them were downed. As you arrived at the tree line, you met and talked to Jonah, the ranger, who was keeping an eye out, who told you a little about the Yetis that apparently like to come and test the borders. And while talking, something happened. Something very strange happened. And moments later, Arthur Orblet III felt less than perfect, all of a sudden feeling incredibly nauseous, and only few of you seem to vaguely remember something happening. What could it have been?
What could it have been?
Maybe,
It's so faded now as well.
yeah, it's strange what happened. But anyway, you rested in the lumberers' little camp for the day. You took the day, you helped out a little bit where you could, offered your services, Nana cooked food for everyone. And as evening came, you tagged along with these lumberjack giants and a half-orc that you met. And
He
you
was lovely.
made your way through the snow, had some chats, and
forgot his
as
name.
night fell, his name was George.
Thank you. I
No,
knew it
but
started
he had
with- I was
another
thinking
name.
Greg.
I had George written down. I was like, who was
Yeah.
George?
You also the what looks to be like the chief lumberjack was named Matthias.
Yes, yes. I have a question, Josie. If someone in chat made a pun, can I still say it? And will it count towards the punishment panther? Because it's really good.
I mean, you can certainly try and see what happens.
That's
I'm gonna do it because
that's
it's
the
really
classic
good.
dungeon master answer,
Hobbitses
right? You can certainly
said,
try.
Attacked by yetis? I feel that there's a joke in there somewhere, but it would likely be abominable. I had to say it.
Now we'll take
Nah,
one
that's
off.
good.
Oh
Well,
But I mean, this time you do have twice the amount of puns to use, but there will be
That's
twice
true.
the amount of punishment
oh my
panthers.
god. Oh my
Mm.
I
god.
wish I
wait.
had a mute button just for
Oh.
Roju and Cuddly. Just
Wow.
No.
bang.
No. Remember when I
But
didn't even
as-
realize I was saying it,
As
and then we got
night
sucked
fell,
into it?
you came upon a sight, a massive ice wall with smoke, lights, treetops, and some buildings peering over the top. And I now want validation for this picture I drew last night before going to bed.
It is.
It's amazing. My
Phenomenal.
favorite little thing is
Go
the
into
little
Josie's
mammoth.
stream right now and fucking tell her it's a really nice fucking picture, okay? Or I'll fucking ban you forever.
There are
Thanks,
two
bye.
mammoths, but they're very small. But they are mostly there for perspective. But thank you.
Mm.
It's a really good
See-
picture. I like it.
Could you perhaps could you put it like a banana in there, just so we can really understand the scale?
Sure, I'll draw a banana on there for you.
Thank you.
No, no. At least draw my mushroom boy.
Here, this would
Can't we
be
just
a
use
banana.
nana for scale though?
Oh, a banana for scale.
Thank
How many nanas is the wall?
How many
Well,
how many nanas is a nana? I think is the real question.
Oh,
Oh.
are we going to need I don't know, a banana creature as well? For all
Oh,
the
God.
banana reference?
We might. We might.
Might, just might. No, but you come towards this wall. That's been pointed out. George has said, "Welcome to Bora." And as the giants are turning the cart, steering the mammoths towards the closest gate, George says to you, "Well, as newcomers, you need to head along the wall to the northern gate, and there's a little bit of customs you gotta go through, but you'll be fine. You'll be fine. It's nothing big. And after that, you're free to do whatever. Good luck in there." Gives Rudy a hard pat on the shoulder, and then they start veering off. And you can see at this point, coming out of the gate, you see two other frost giants come out. They greet Mateus and the other giants, and they simply seem to start working through. They seem to be discussing some logs of some kind, and I don't mean the tree logs, I mean paper logs.
That's
I'll
not
give
good.
you one for that. I'll give you one.
No,
back.
Thank
I
you,
like
thank you.
that one.
And you are left to your own devices. You can see another entrance closer to you all, but that's where they went, and you were told to head along the wall to the north. You have come pretty much from the southeast direction.
Okay, we guess we going to the north gate then.
Mm-hmm.
Let's do it.
Yes.
Yeah, you head around, and this wall is big. It takes you a while to follow this wall along. Like a proper good amount of time. And you do pass another entrance with some guards on it, but it's definitely not like the northern one. And it's more of a... I'm gonna bring up my own little map of the internal city for myself. It's very much straight eastern.
All
head
right. Well,
past
we
that
keep
one.
banana waves.
there's-
'cause she does.
You waves, and there is one of the giant standing guard sort of like gives like a tentative, like a small little wave.
No.
You can also see up on the wall. There seems to be these structures, and there seems to be people walking along the wall. And you see giants holding crossbows sizes of ballistae, pretty much,
Wow.
that are just patrolling along the
That
wall.
seems cool.
Pretty metal.
It's pretty intense.
They could probably do some damage with those things. And you come around and you see what looks to be a herd of mammoths. Far off in the distance, that are being tended to by what looks to be giants, some other people in your own sizes. And the entrance that you pass by has very little foot traffic. You can see buildings and peoples inside the wall, but no one seems to be going in and out of the actual entrance. You keep walking, it takes you an hour before you think you see the entrance. It's huge. This is massive. There's an entire city walled inside of these ice structures.
And it's like 2 towns for like Nana, because she's only got small little legs.
And you come around and you see what looks to be the northern entrance. It's not perfectly north, but it is what you would assume to be the northern entrance, because you can see there's a little bit of foot traffic going on. There seems to be a few more frost giants guarding this one, as well as what looks to be like some humanoid creatures that are in between the giant's size and your own. It just seems to be like very heavily guarded just around here.
Oh. Can we make sure it's the northern entrance? I don't want to play
Is
this
there a
game.
big sign?
Can we do a survival
In
Make-
neon that's flashing.
Make a survival check.
Definitely the entrance.
I was
You know
like,
what?
do we have a friggin' compass or something?
Oh, Josie,
Not
also,
do a survival check.
your mic's fallen away from your mouth. a bit.
Nana doesn't know.
Better.
Nana's too
There you go,
short.
Thank you.
What is direction?
What is direction?
What is
Nana
direction?
is unconvinced that this is the one.
I got 20. There you go.
Oh,
You got
yeah.
a 20.
Yeah.
Rudy, are
Rudy
you
is
sure?
completely convinced.
Okay.
The one.
Alright, good.
Okay, I hope you're not wrong.
Yeah, and it does look, as you're coming through, it does look like the wall comes to an end and starts turning back towards west-south direction. It stops going north around this part. And as you head to one frost giant dressed very casually, very basic clothes, got like thick hide pants and what looks to be a leather vest of some kind. Simply seems to be holding a little bit of a writing desk in their hand and what looks to be some sort of like to you guys it looks almost like a torch, but it looks to be a pen for this person.
Mhm.
It
I like
just
that.
says, "Newcomers, party of," and starts counting 5. And it sort of like waits for a confirmation.
Oh,
Yes,
yes,
yes.
Counted correctly. Good sir.
Yes, 5 of us. Did you need our names, or what sort of info do we need for the customs?
You will be processed as you go through. This is simply to keep track of how many enter the city, how
Excellent.
many newcomers we have for the season. It's more for the the quarterly statistics
Of
of
course,
the coming and going of tourism.
Oh, it's
Like
absolutely insanely
Please.
important for keeping track of those statistics and numbers and because I mean like what would
on,
you do
Rudy.
if you but no this is
Don't
really
leave us
important.
up, Rudy.
And as you go through, because the wall itself is like almost 30, 40 feet thick. You're just walking through this passage of thick ice. And you do notice very quickly that this structure, these walls of ice, seem to be just one block. It's not like many small pieces of ice. It looks to be just one massive chunk.
Arthur would like to go up to Rudy and say, "We should put our tongue on this."
Oh my god, please do.
You know what, Arthur? Sounds like a great idea. You do it first. Actually, no. No, Arthur, don't do that, please. We need to just for the next 10 minutes, best behavior, because if you get kicked back out there, we're not coming back for you.
And it's definitely a little bit chillier going through this passage. Like, the ambient temperature of the ice can definitely be felt upon you. As you come through, another person, looks to be human, says, welcome, if you please, to the right over here, you'll be processed. It is getting quite late, so I don't think the queue time will be too much. And you see what looks to be like a picket fence line system, pretty much, where you have to go all the zigzag patterns back and forth, back and forth, back and
Oh my god, it's like Disney World.
Arthur asks, does Arthur see anyone else lining up, or is it empty?
It looks to be, it's like nearly 100 feet of this line system to where you can see just another group of like a dozen people is halfway through being processed.
Arthur,
And there's these big tents almost, this like tent-like structure at the end of the picket fence where they've got tables. You can see a few medium-sized humanoids, some giants are standing, and they've all got these almost like bleached vests. Looks near like very beige orange that they've got on them on top of their normal clothes. And
Oh my
you see
god.
one of them is holding a wand with a little crystal on the end and is moving it along someone's body.
Wow, it's legit
It's,
customs.
so is anyone else like in the? It's just empty line after
It's just
empty line.
empty. It looks to be like
Oh my
3
God.
or 4 people waiting to be processed because there's
Okay.
like 4 different sections. 2 seem to be closed off. Staff
Is
over
Nana
there seems
short
to be
enough
having
just
like a
walk
dinner.
under?
I was about to grab Arthur to tell him to behave, and now I'm going to grab Nana to tell her to behave? Oh my god.
So,
Nana's gonna look at the person and be like, "Do we go through all that?" Or
yes,
can we
if
just-
you please.
Arthur would like to tie up his boots like more because he wants to run it.
Okay.
Nana just gives him a look and
walking
starts
through-
trudging.
Using the
And
broom like a
looks.
walking stick.
Yeah. And then if he's not
And-
looking, Nana's gonna duck under because there's literally no one there and it's stupid.
Yeah, Duskus
But if
just
he is
says
looking,
okay
then
and
she won't.
proudly starts stomping along the actual fence line.
Oh, yep. No, Nana's gonna if he's not looking, she's ducking for sure.
You're doing the whole check, duck under one, check,
Yeah,
check.
yeah, yeah. And then he's like, "Wow, she's keeping up really well with Duskus."
Yeah, you see there's one person at the end of the street, like one kid that's got like what looks to be a candied apple
Oh.
just looking at you, smiling, just like licking on it.
Rudy will be very diligently following the procedures because he knows how important procedure can be to officials. So,
Yeah, so you eventually come upon you reach the end, and the final person of this other group seems to be finished. And you see before you just this tent structure, this one table. There seems to be like sort of a sectioned off area, like they open one little walk gate you go through, and there's another one that stops you from going any further. And you see what looks to be a dwarf that goes, "Okay, now, one at a time."
Rudy will step forward first, going,
Who's first in line at this point? Who made it
First
there
of
first?
first in the line would probably be Nana. Second
Yeah.
would be Arthur.
Okay, well, let's see how this
Never
goes
beat
then.
me.
How indeed?
You said you were gonna run it, so you still have to
Yes.
run the entire zigzag pattern.
Pretty funny. Nana would like to summon. Have I had the little? Oh, I have. Never mind. It's fine. She was gonna summon so he could also get wanded, but it's fine. What they don't know that won't hurt them. Nana will step up.
Before
It'll be
Nana
good.
steps up, Rudy quickly ducks down and whispers to her, "Remember, mention that we're friends of Lena Midwinter."
Oh, you're right. Did
Yeah.
you want to go first, Rudy? No? Okay.
You got there first, Nana. It's you're up.
And as you step up, the dwarf sort of seems to pull a lever, and one of the gates open for you to go through. Yeah, and then as the dwarf pulls it back, you're enclosed between two gates. The one opens to let you in, and then it closes, and then afterwards it seems that the other one opens to let you out.
I love
But
it.
it's a big space. It's still like 15 by 15 feet. It's enough to be able to fit a giant.
Ah, yes. And I'm feeling
So it's
that
still-
I do not fill this space adequately.
Yeah, and as they see you come in, one of the giants takes a step back, and you do see another dwarf with her hair in two braids along her in front. Just walks up. She also has one of the bleached vests. Comes up and says, "Okay, my dear. Here's how the process goes. I assume that this is your first time in Bora. You will have to tell August over here," and the other dwarf nods towards you. Name, if you are part of any known affiliations, organizations, or similar, and then you will have to declare any magical items. You won't have to tell us the specifics, just the rudimentary effect.
Got it. Sorry, I was thinking
and-
about magical
and-
items.
Yeah, and after you've done that, I will have to give you just a quick little pat down and a check. Picks out and waves the little wand with the crystal on the end, just to make sure everything is in order. Any
Okay.
questions?
No, I don't think so. So I
Perfect.
go over to August.
Yeah, there's a dwarf sitting by the desk, on the side of this.
And Nana goes over to him and just says, "Hello, my name is Melivora, but you can call me Nana. You can write that down if you want, just in front of the
Oh.
Melivora part."
Yes, we do have a section for aliases. I will put Melivora and Nana. Any known
Beautiful.
affiliations or organizations?
Yes. Oh, our party has been told to wait for Lena Midwinter.
Sure,
Or is that not what you
sure.
meant? Is it?
No, I meant more do you belong to a group? Are you a merchant of a guild? That kind of thing. But I will make a note, and you see one of the giants just standing there cross-armed, sort of nods and says, "Midwinter, duly noted." Sure, and walks away to speak with someone else.
What are we? The Adventure Guild of the Black Sun or something?
No, the Midnight Suns Guild of
There
Volunteers.
we go, Midnight Sun. Yeah, that. So that's what Nana says. Because she's really.
Oh, you're with the Midnight Suns. Very good. Yes. I think we have.
Hey, thank you so much for the raid. Wisdom saves. Hello. I am so sorry there is no alert. I've actually broken my alerts tonight, but welcome on in, everybody. I hope you're having a wonderful, wonderful night, and I do hope you continue to have a wonderful night here with us. Hello. Wisdom saves. We've got Entina Art, Mel Efficient. Hello. Rourke. Hello. Guys, can we get some hype in the chat? For this wonderful, wonderful raid that's coming in. I hope you all are doing well. How am I? I'm doing great. I'm doing really well. I'm the one who's waving on the camera. I'm the one who's waving on the camera. I'm AussieDevFro. And again, I hope you're all having a wonderful, wonderful day. Bread Avenger. That's fantastic. Love the name. Welcome on in. So I see we're doing some D&D. So you should know exactly what's going on. I will have to go a bit more silent in a moment and get back to the game. But at the moment, we are playing a homebrew campaign, and we're going through, essentially, airport customs. So it's a bit of a time.
Keep it under check, please. Want off magic missile and spoon.
And spoon of...
And he sort of glances towards the other dwarf who walks over with a wand and just moves it.
Hey, White Fox Sup coming in with the raid as well, buddy. Thank you so much for the raid. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh my. I don't know what's going on, but we got a double raid. Welcome on in. Do you have any advice for people who want to start learning how to play D&D? I do. I absolutely do. I will have to, I'll have to do it in text though, because I do have to get back to the game, unfortunately.
Most notably, I can summon a little mushroom friend, but unfortunately, he's asleep now, so I cannot show you him. But if you'd like to meet him, you let me know.
Okay, so conjuration of fungi. Perfect.
He is a very fun guy, yes.
Okay, then now please step into the middle.
Oh,
Roji, if you didn't laugh, we were right. We were okay until Roji
I'm gonna laugh every time. Oh my God.
It was really good. I was just like,
Nana steps in the middle.
Yeah, and the other dwarf takes the wand and starts moving it along your body, sort of like patting you down. Do you actually have anything else that is magical in your inventory?
I don't think so. I was just looking at that. All I can see is the holding, the spoon, the stuff. Unless my druidic focus is something. Oh, that's a spoon, so never mind. I don't think so.
Yeah, so she moves the
I think
wand
we're fine.
along. It doesn't seem to do anything really. And she says, "Thank you, my dear. Yes, everything seems to be in order. You can claim your items and move along." And
Nice.
the
Wait, I'm magical. Is that gonna set it off?
What?
But I'm
as
magical.
a spellcaster. As a
Yeah.
spellcaster, no, that
Okay.
won't set it off.
Okay. I am the magical item.
You are magical, Cuddly.
Thank you.
August moves over and pulls another lever, and the door opens to let you in. I'm talking to you, Cuddly. Stop talking to chat. I'm talking to you.
Oh no. Okay. I thought the next person was in. Yes.
No, you're
No,
still
it's
playing D&D.
it's open to let you out.
Well, then I walk out.
Yeah, and as you do, the giant to left comes back and sort of kneels down very low and says, you said you had affiliations with Lena Midwinter? Any particulars?
No, we just really need to see her. Thanks.
Well, they're not in town. We're still waiting for them to return from a guide assignment.
Oh, that's okay. We can wait for them. That's fine.
Oh, okay. Looks a little bit confused, stands back up. And who's next in line? Arthur.
Rudy, wasn't it?
Nah, Arthur was.
No, Arthur
Oh.
was.
Arthur kind of
and
sort of.
So
stands
August,
up.
the dwarf, opens to let you in.
Arthur sort of stands really tall, puffing out his chest, walks in with some class.
And both of the dwarfs looks at you kind of like wide-eyed. And August sort of just looks at the other one and goes, and she says, "Oh, sir, I'm sorry, we do not have, I do apologize if it's important to you. We do not have an elf on staff. In fact, I think we only have one elf in town. Would it be okay if I do the frisk still? Since I don't know if it's part of your beliefs that you need an elf to accommodate your." They just look very awkward towards each other.
What the hell was his attitude with Nana? I'm not a dwarf. Now I'm offended.
Normally yes, but this one time because it's another dwarf present in the room, it's okay.
Yeah, no, the whole point of this is
Yes.
because elves are super duper
Yes.
duper 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 rare.
But
And
yes,
and so August says, yes, name, sir."
and then in his most fanciest voice, he goes, "I am Arthur Orbit the Third."
Arthur Obler the Third, and looks like very taken aback, almost like okay. Starts writing, and seems to almost like try to knead out his handwriting as he's doing it. Aliases, known organizations or affiliates? Are you also part of the Midnight Suns Guild of Volunteers?
Yes, I am a part of my good friend Nena, who just passed through here.
Perfect. Start writing down. Any magical items to declare, sir?
Well, I've got a magical item for you to try if you'd like. Do you have a cup on hand?
Oh my god.
Sir, I don't know if this is appropriate. Please place your magical items on the
Bloody
desk.
customs! Oh my god.
Have a sip
Freaking
of this, mate.
Australians not knowing how to go through customs.
I know.
Imagine. Imagine. Take your
Arthur
shoes
then
off too while you're at
pulls
it.
out his thermos of endless hot cocoa, his immovable rod, his he doesn't.
Please don't pull that out. No one wants to see that.
List of things not to pull out in customs.
Yeah.
Number one,
Pull
your
out your
rod.
removable rod in customs.
He doesn't really take off his cloak or his wedding ring, but he does say to you, this is also magical as well.
Okay. I will ask, are you still using the bow you got from Chigor?
No.
Okay. And so you place the items down, and
Yes.
August goes. Okay, we got a canister of some kind. What is its rudimentary function?
Like I was trying to offer before, hot cocoa.
Oh, it's a canister of
does-
hot cocoa.
It does not stop. It keeps giving.
Oh, I see. An endless
Can't stop.
decanter
Can't
then.
stop.
Perfect. Write it down. And this here, just your swords, the rod.
And an immovable rod. It
Oh,
will.
perfect. Yes, I know what those use.
Oh, you know what that
Perfect,
is? Yes.
perfect. Yes.
You didn't mind me pulling that out, did you?
No, we need you to declare all of the magical items, so I'm very happy that you did.
I
Okay.
don't know if that's magical.
I sort of
Not that magical.
Definitely a negative one. Not a plus
Arthur
one.
kind of points to his ring and goes, "This is my my wedding band. It has the soul of my wife in it." Very proudly says that.
It has the soul of your wife.
Well,
Okay, but what does it do?
well, it heals people, and it won't, and
Okay.
Arthur won't say what the other one is. It just
Okay,
heals people.
perfect. Some sort of rejuvenation magic, some effect. Perfect. Is it only for the wearer?
No, I can heal other people with it.
Okay, good to know. It's just that when we find people who have items or powers, if they wish to declare those of the healing sort, you might be asked upon by guard if there's an injury that
Okay.
nearby. That's it. Perfect. Good to know. I'll just make a little asterisk right here. And
Well, yeah, the very last thing I have is my cloak. What it does, it brings a horse, a phantom steed.
oh, I see. Yes, a spell beast pelt then. Oh, very nice. And it summons a steed. Perfect. Thank you. I believe that's it. If you'd be so kind. And the other dwarf now stands with the wand ready.
All right, Arthur goes back over, sort of sucks in his gut, puts out his pecs, sort of tenses and flexes a little bit. Just...
Yeah, nothing of that shows through your thick furs and hide.
He does it anyway.
She gives you an awkward smile and starts like moving the wand along you, stretches on her toes a little bit to reach up over your cloak and your hood. Are you carrying any magical items?
No, I am not, besides the ring and the cloak.
Okay,
I didn't
perfect.
take them off.
I'm very
And-
impressed with that orb. Well done, not smart.
And then says all seems to be in order. And August goes over and opens for you to leave.
before Arthur leaves, I was, make sure the next person that comes in is very highly regarded. Treat them in the most highest respect. They're nearly like part of the royal family, nearly. And as he kind of walks out,
Oh my god.
They give you like a cocked eyebrow, like, quizzically looking towards each other, and then looks towards Rudy.
Who has no idea what you said and is just like
Oh my god.
to Orb, to Arthur.
And August opens the gate for Rudy to come through,
All right.
and it closes and says, "Sir, your compatriots here said that you were of noble lineage."
Oh, no,
Is that
no,
correct?
no. Whatever Arthur said, no, absolutely. He's a bit of a jokester. I'm sure you can understand. He's a bit of a jokester.
Okay, well then
yeah,
I'm
I
going to
apologize.
need name,
Uh,
alias, and
yep.
known affiliates and organizations.
Rudy Magic Hands McGee.
Perfect. Rudy McGee, Magic Hands. And are you also part of the previously mentioned organization?
Absolutely correct. Yes. So part of the Midwinter Society, and
What?
Oh, the what? You making up societies now? This is news to me.
slip of the tongue. Yes.
it's like me with Lena.
Fucking hell.
Maybe.
All right. Oh my god. Okay. Because I'm thinking ahead. I'm thinking 2 sentences ahead. Fuck. Yes. We're Yes. Same organizations. Yes. We are. I'm also waiting
Perfect.
for Lena Midwinter. Yes.
Okay, perfect. Any magical items to declare?
Not too many. Not overly. Rudy. He sort of like he sort of looks around on himself. I've got well. Yeah. Honestly, I've got a single spell scroll. If you need to declare that.
Yes, please.
Yep. So I have this spell scroll, and he puts the spell scroll on the. He pulls that one out, and it shows that. I suppose you could also call this, and he pulls out his little childhood pig figurine. He goes, I can bring this little guy to life. So it's like a little trick, so to speak.
Okay, perfect, wonderful.
Just
Pig
in case,
figurine.
pig figurine, there might be some residual magic. And these things, very magical, very very magical.
I assume then that you're a spellcaster.
I am one of the best clerics you will find this side of the polar ice caps.
Wow.
Can't say I know what a cleric is, but sure.
And we love him for his modesty, we really do.
And the scroll is what? What effect does the scroll have? The awkward scrolling sound.
Uh-huh.
Rudy?
August looks at you, waiting for a response.
I can't believe the awkward tension happening right now. It would be just so freaking funny.
So, I can say it is a fairly weak spell scroll. You could even call it a level 1 spell scroll. As to its exact function, I seem to have forgotten. I do apologize.
Oh my god, it's for lotion, isn't it?
Oh, well, we can have at least the strength of it confirmed here and now, and sort of takes up what looks to be a loop of some kind and looks at the scroll and says, yes, very basic, very rudimentary indeed. It seems indeed to be a low-level spell scroll, which doesn't come with any restrictions or prohibitions. Rolls it up and moves it towards your end of the desk again. But if you want, we do have inside the city, there is a place for those of the magical persuasion to go, and among their services, they do have identification.
That would be fantastic. Thank you. That is, thank you for pointing me in that direction. Yeah, I think I mean our last one of our last companions back there, Gerald. He's the magics guy. He knows all this sort of thing. I think I had this scroll for safekeeping for some reason, and honestly, I do apologize. I cannot remember what this scroll actually does.
It's all good and well. If it had been third or above, we might have wanted to know exactly what it does before we let it through.
Oh, absolutely.
But you're good to go, please. Would you like a human to frisk you, or are you also okay
no,
with...
whoever's on hand is fine. No need to trouble anyone who might be having they might be having some cocoa somewhere. I don't want to. No. Whoever's on hand is fine.
Nana's so pissed.
Okay.
Am I a joke to you?
And the other dwarf, she starts patting you down, moving the wand along, just checking you. Are you carrying any other magical items?
Rudy does not have any magical items.
Okay.
No.
I'm just checking. I haven't checked your inventories. I'm running with you guys on this.
I promise.
Rudy was serious. It's all these. It's all these. That's all he's ever needed.
Do you actually know what the scroll is for, or were you
No,
just...
I have no fucking idea. It says scroll level 1.
Oh no!
I deleted a
amazing.
scroll last week for the speaking, but this is a different scroll. I thought I didn't have it anymore.
That's pretty funny.
That is oof.
Sorry, Joseph.
Well,
please go on.
we'll find out eventually.
Oh my god.
And next in line, Duskus offers for Gerald to go first, if Gerald wishes.
Oh, sure. Goose? Oh.
Yes. And August goes and lets you in after having let Rudy out.
Good evening.
Good evening. Name, aliases, known affiliates or organizations.
I am known as Gerald the Wizard. As you can see on the
Gerald
hat.
the Wizard. Yes, I see the hat.
Yes, and I also belong to the Midnight Suns Guild of Volunteers, along with
Perfect.
my former and one latter compatriots here.
Wonderful.
Here to meet up.
Magical items to declare.
Oh yes, I do have a handful on me.
Yes. Your friend Magic Hands told us that you were the more magically acquainted person of the party. So I
do.
may have made an assumption that yes. Please place the objects in front here.
Very good. Well, I've got this potion of invisibility. Boop.
Perfect. Write it down.
I have this scroll of tiny hut.
Perfect. Tiny hut is not restricted or prohibited.
I've got this pearl of power here.
Oh, interesting. Rare find. Very good.
It was quite
Lucky
fortunate,
you.
actually. Interesting story there, but I won't. Obviously, we're doing a thing right now.
We are.
Carry on. I've got this headband of intellect, which I won't remove right now due to attunement reasons.
Okay. If you'd take your hat off and just let us confirm.
Oh, of course. The hat is also magical.
Oh, perfect. Please place it on the desk then.
Plot it down.
And sort of leans in. Are you okay with my dwarven friend here? Just checking your headband of intellect.
Oh, yeah, quite welcome to.
Yeah, and she sort of moves up, takes another wand, apparently, and sort of like moves it along, and then puts that wand against a piece of parchment and says, yes, it is indeed a headband of intellect.
Lovely. Good to get that confirmed every once in a while, I suppose.
Yes.
And
Perfect.
I also have this lovely broom of flying.
Wonderful. That's we don't see a lot of those coming through.
No,
Last one I saw, we
very
heard the
surprised.
story. There was a fella who come through, bragging about his flying broom and how he was going to check. Apparently, he was going to check how high up the ghost fog goes.
Ghost fog, you say? I've not heard of this.
It's a magical fog that creeps across the land, but it's nowhere near here. No need to be alarmed. It's on the other side of the Eastern River.
Oh wait, no, I didn't know it was called that, or that it was a persistent entity. But we did actually run into that.
Oh, well, you
Quite
made
literally,
it
we
through.
were inside it. It was not a great time.
But you made it through. Apparently, did you? Did everyone make it through?
We
You
did.
go a bit quiet. Oh,
We did
wonderful,
actually, yes.
wonderful. And the hat, its rudimentary function, please.
Well, it can make it rain.
Okay. So writes down.
I haven't quite found a good use for it, but it's such a lovely hat. It seems.
It
You know.
looks like it looks at it. I bet it's lovely.
Damn.
Will that be it?
No, I do have this one other item. However, as the others have mentioned to you, we are here specifically to see Lena Midwinter, and it is
Yes.
heavily regarding this one last item. It is, I will warn you, it is dangerous, and it is not to be put on or used in any fashion whatsoever. We're purely here to deliver this to Lena and her council of some sort.
Yes, Lena
for this-
is Lena is of the Midwinter clan, and they do govern the city.
Correct, yes. And so it's important.
But you say
that
this is a
reaches-
dangerous item. We might have to confiscate it if you declare it as dangerous.
I would say it is dangerous if anyone were to put it on. Otherwise, it's completely benign. Which
So
is why
looks
me,
over to
the arcane,
giant.
the arcane expert of the party here, is the one it's been entrusted to stop it from being put on by anyone.
The giant walks
But
over.
I'll
and
show
just
you.
Come,
I just
comes
wanted to
closer.
make it clear not to do anything silly. That's all.
You say this item is of danger, and you are waiting for Lena.
Correct. I must keep a hold of this until we can deliver it to Lena and the other Midwinters for further investigation in the issues that we're dealing with currently.
Since you are declaring this item as dangerous, I feel that we might need to confiscate it unless one of you are willing to go under house arrest at one of our inns with said item until Lena arrives.
Well, as much as I do have business in the city. However, I feel it's important not to let this leave my grasp. So, if it has to be house arrest, so be it. Is there some, perhaps, do you have any kind of peace binding for magical items? I'm sure you might be familiar with such for weaponry, where you bind the weapon so that
Yes, we do not. This is a free city of commerce, a lot of magical items in rotation. We simply make sure that certain effects are prohibited. What is the exact effect of this item, please, so that we can evaluate its actual danger?
Of course. So, if one were to put this collar on, you may be, unless you can resist its effects, you may be magically compelled to act on the behalf of its creator, who is not a good person.
Okay. I see. And you
So
do not know
like I
who
said,
the
it's completely
creator is?
benign as long as you don't actually put it on.
Does it close automatically?
No, you would actually have to clasp it on yourself. Like, you would have to be pretty dumb to actually come into danger with this, which is why I'm holding on to it.
I see.
Wow. Okay.
And
okay.
you see Dasku's now leaning over and says, Dasku's feeling tired. I can stay in the room. Just trying to.
I was gonna say it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So Daskus
Are you sure,
offers to
Daskus?
put him to. We'll
Now
be
just
fine,
remember,
Gerald.
don't put it on. That's the only thing. Don't put it on.
I know.
It's like the
I'll
most straight Dust Goose has ever been. Like,
Yeah.
of course.
Yeah,
Of course.
duh.
Yeah,
Daskus
I
knows.
will. I will say Daskus does have an intelligence of I think 11, like an
Oh,
intelligence
okay.
score
Oh,
of 11.
yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
Daskus is smart as.
Hang on. Of 11, you say?
Oh no.
Yeah.
No.
Oh no. Don't
Why,
say
what's
it.
your-
Paul.
what's your
Don't
No,
intel-
no reason. No
what's your
reason.
intelligence,
Oh,
Paul?
No.
Arthur, what's your intelligence?
Nah.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Nah.
Yeah.
Su-
What's your
suitably-
wisdom though?
Yeah. Anyway.
And
yes,
then
I'll say,
the giant and the dwarf, they look towards Daskus and says, "Okay, you volunteered to stay under house arrest. We'll get to you in a bit. Please, Gerald, after you go through, then, would you stay nearby? Don't go anywhere
Absolutely.
until we've processed your friend."
Naturally, absolutely.
Okay, and that is all the items you have, correct?
I believe so. Let me just rummage through my bag a moment. I don't think this is technically magical, but I do have some holy water, it appears.
What? They both look a little bit confused, and the other dwarf comes over with a little, like, her wand, and it does go off.
Oh, I guess it is slightly.
What
magical.
does it do?
It's just, I'm not entirely certain. I know it's been blessed in some manner. I felt it could come in use,
Okay.
but I'm not sure.
And
exactly.
the dwarven woman takes up her other wand and says, do you mind?
Oh, oh, of course.
Just like waves it along the water, takes up another piece of parchment, places the wand, and says, "That's very strange. It does seem to have a minor magical effect, but only on certain types of creatures, apparently. Seems to be all good. Doesn't seem to hurt any of anyone in particular that we'd be worried about."
Let's see what else. Oh, I do have this. I do have one potion of healing.
Potion of healing is fine.
Yep. And I suppose technically my spell book is probably magical as well.
Probably yes. If you and
I mean,
she
but
sort of just
wizard,
puts
you know how it
her
is.
puts her wand towards it. It does go off. It says, "Spellbook." That's fine. Well, everything seems to be
one
in
last
order.
thing. I actually, this may or may not be magical. I'm not 100%
Wow,
certain. 'cause I'm
there's
not-
like a big pile of stuff on this
Yeah.
table.
Robes. I obtained an interesting pearl. I don't believe it's necessarily magical, but it was from another plane, so it might be.
From another
I
plane.
got the pearl
And
from the plane
they
of water.
like also look a bit weird, like weirded out, like, huh, interesting. And she again moves, and you can see moving along the pearl, the wand doesn't go off, but as it passes over the crack that recently formed, there's a blip.
Oh.
Oh,
Gerald
is
kind
there-
of leaning over, interested, is like, oh, that's interesting.
Well, this pearl itself doesn't seem to be inherently magical. It looks beautiful, I will tell you, but
I
there
thought
seems
so
to be
too.
something inside of it. That's quite interesting.
That is quite interesting. I will investigate that further.
Doesn't seem it's a pearl, and you don't seem to know the effects. We will
I can find out though. I can identify magical items.
Wonderful, wonderful. I'm just not sure how to look towards the giant who says, "It's a pearl."
Fantastic.
And the dwarf says, "The crack seems to be what gives off the magical aura. How did the crack appear? May I ask?"
I honestly, I couldn't tell you.
Was it cracked when you received it?
No, it was not. It was quite whole.
Okay, so what if it's an egg? That would be interesting, would it not?
that would be very cool, but
Egg.
I don't think it's an egg.
Well, it doesn't seem to be doing anything, and the aura was fairly weak. Definitely below 3rd level.
Oh, good.
So we'll just write up a casing of some sort. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. The giant gives a nod.
Thank you so much.
And feel free to go ahead. Just a quick frisk, and then you're checked. Duskus goes through. Duskus puts his coif, takes it off, puts it on the table. The short sword puts on the table.
Mhm.
And I think Duskus also has the Pelt of Thunderous Roar.
It does indeed.
And his toolbox. Ka-chunk. And they go through the process. Duskus, they also lean in and seem to ask Duskus something, and Duskus sort of just like does a big hand gestures, yelling, "It's fine!" And gets checked by the dwarf, retrieves his things, and comes through. And oh god. And while you're still there, the giant says, "No, please. Do you know where you're planning on staying? Please give the dangerous item to your friend, and we will give you a quick escort to the most nearby inn, unless you have a preference."
DM, did we didn't have any instruction?
We
to
do.
We had a pub.
Go to
We
There's
do.
a pub.
The
do?
Bramble Frost Inn is where Rudy requests that we.
Yeah.
That's where we need to be.
Ah, cool.
I love that you guys take
Wonderful.
notes so that I don't have to.
Yeah.
I was such a good
Wonderful.
student all
And
throughout
then-
school, and now I'm like, no.
Yeah, the giant waves, and you see what looks to be a goblin comes over wearing like a little bit of a cloak. It's like no arms, so that you can see like lanky, hairy white arms. But the goblin sort of like
Nice.
shuffles over and says, "Oi, yeah, what do you need? Okay. Guide to Bramblefrost. Sure. No detours. Look at all of you. We're going straight to." It says, "Chop, let's go." Starts walking.
As we're walking, Rudy says in Goblin, pleasure to meet you. My name's Rudy.
And you get
Show
a
off!
response back in Goblin. Pleasure. Now please, I just want to get this over with. This is my last assignment for my shift. Please, I just starts walking and says, I've heard the situation. The rest of you all will be free to carouse the city, carouse, walk around. I will say the mercantile district, most things are open very late, but they all also open late. It's not a morning city except for the workers. Yeah, let's see. We are not too far away. Goes back towards a main road that goes from the entrance you came through. Starts walking, and there's some thoroughfare going on. There's people. You can see some pack animals dragging carts. There's talking, and you say, let's turn here, and you reach a large crossing where there's a bunch of traffic. You take a left. You follow the road, and here we go. And you take a left into a side street, still a rather big street. And ahead, you can see a low but very wide building with a large sign that has carved in ice, looks to be a bramble bush, just like going along the entrance.
And Nana says,
Here we
"Oh, that's
go."
a bit on the nose."
Well, it is what it is. Bramblefrost Inn, I will be with you until you have cleared rooms, and I can write down in my report which room we have your friend in.
Awesome.
So let's
Alrighty.
go inside.
Yes. We go in.
And you step inside the Bramblefrost Inn, and we'll take our first break. Quick
Excellent.
pee and refill of
Very
drinks.
good.
Anyone who
I can
needs
fix
it,
my alert box.
set ketchup. Go for it.
Ketchup?
Go for it. Yeah,
Ah,
I need to mute my alert box. There we go.
I need to turn
Yeah.
mine on.
Thank you for the.
Alrighty, guys. Give me 2 seconds. I'm gonna change scenes for a moment to copy my alert box over. So just we're gonna see some craziness. We're gonna go to the main game scene, and you probably won't see anything. That's good. You can't see anything. That's exactly what I want. And then I'm gonna copy this. We're gonna copy that. We're gonna go back to D&D. Excellent. There we go. And then we're gonna paste a duplicate. There we go. All right. So that should work now. Hopefully. That's gonna be weird. Let's turn that off. There we go. Okay, we should be fixed now.
Is a dagger.
Aren't
And
you,
then-
because you're bow specialist, though, right?
Yeah, I'm
That
bow
is
specialist,
not
but
it.
because I'm an elf, I'm also specialized in longsword.
But it's a short sword, though.
Yeah, it's a short sword.
Oh, is it? I thought it was long.
Nah, it's a +1
No,
short sword.
It's a +1 short sword.
And
I
David
think
Yorkie,
I'm
thank you so much for that
also-
hydrate, buddy.
The alert box.
I am proficient in a longsword, short sword, short
there
bow,
you go.
and long bow. So
That's a go. That'll work.
yeah, you know, it
you
is something I wanted because I've got a quarterstaff, which is great and all, but I only want to kind of use that when I'm showing off.
Yeah.
So
I mean, fair enough.
I,
If you-
want something
Yeah.
to really actually does decent damage besides my dagger.
Cool.
Yeah, and the
Alright.
short sword does have since it's considered +1, it does have +1 both to hit and an extra damage.
Mm.
Like
Yeah.
a single extra
Sweet.
damage.
Sweet.
Yeah, cool. No worries. Well, then
Yeah, but if you
Cool.
wanted, you could definitely just like super quick trade it off with the Dust Goose.
well, Dusku still has to decide when Arthur's worthy of it. Arthur has to
Yeah, and let's not take any decisions without Denny here.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
fine.
no,
Yeah.
that's not happening.
Cool. Because I mean, if you were just like, I don't really want to, let's just sell it for party funds, then we could just do that. Because
Well,
Danny obviously
yeah.
isn't going to use it.
Wait,
'Cause
when
I
are we
think-
having a party? Hold on, party funds?
Yeah.
Like
You're-
when are we going
You
out?
are the party.
Yeah, we are the party.
So
Because
we have a
Arthur
bus.
needs to go buy some more arrows, even though he's only used like 4.
Yeah,
but he
rather
needs to buy
rather
more.
than try to attempt to steal arrows from people who are very kind and nice to us. Yeah, let's buy some
Hey,
arrows this time, shall
what's
we?
Arthur's alignment supposed to be? Just by the way,
There better be
very-
some form of chaotic in there because, like, oh my
I'm
god,
guessing it's got to be chaotic neutral, right?
it gotta be.
It's
Hey, thank you so much, Frosty Vodka, for another gifted sub. You're an absolute champion, buddy. I really do appreciate that. Leo, enjoy those emotes, mate. I'm so glad I actually got the alert box running again. There we go. But seriously, Frosty Vodka, thank you so much for the support. I really do appreciate it.
Oh, you're
Just
true neutral? Get out of
true
town.
neutral at this point in time.
There's no way.
Alignment check.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Uh,
we'll have an alignment discussion with everyone
Yes,
afterwards.
yes. Because to
Everyone
be
who's
honest,
around at least.
every game I've played, they really haven't done alignments. So I was sort of like, at the beginning, like, it's go neutral for now, and I'll work it out later.
Yeah, I mean,
Fair.
alignments is such a strange thing in D&D. There's only a few times where it really comes into play.
Yeah,
There's just
in
specific
I,
spells or instances.
yeah,
where
I know in
it's-
Pathfinder alignments matters a lot because they got alignment damage.
That's right.
Ooh,
yeah.
righty,
That
I
actually
know there are
sounds cool.
some
Yeah.
items that you can only use if you're in a particular alignment.
Yes,
Um,
and like for example, in Pathfinder Second Edition, using a Holy Avenger requires you to be a paladin, which is a lawful good archetype of the champion class.
mm.
So it becomes a little more specific. And there, in old and new Pathfinder, you have to choose your alignment is based on what deity you chose. If you are a paladin or a cleric.
Okay.
I seem to recall in, I think there was a video game, Neverwinter Nights 2. I'm pretty sure there were certain classes that were locked depending on your alignment.
Well, because that's
Yeah,
Neverwinter
because
Nights is D&D 3
Yeah.
or 3.5, 3, I think.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, that's exactly what it is.
Like
Neverwinter
my
Nights was a great game, by the way.
my
I wish I played more of
ideals
it.
is people I'm loyal to my friends, not to ideals.
Fair, fair. Is everyone ready? Are we hopping back in? Anything else
We
anyone needs
can.
to do?
We can. Thank you
I'm good.
so heckin'
Have I still
much.
got water? I've still got some water.
I've got water. I just got a refill. A free fill.
Oh.
Oh.
Although, is it really free if you pay for water rates?
I mean, water's
Wow.
pretty
Why would
damn
you ruin
cheap.
this for me?
Nothing's free.
my
Capitalism.
water's involved in my rent, so I technically my water is free. So
The,
I mean,
the only
that must be
thing,
nice.
the only
Wow.
thing is air is free, and even then, that's
nah, the cost of
Okay.
air is the time on Earth. Nothing's free. Nothing's free.
Wow.
But
Wow.
let's get back in.
No, we're all depressed now.
As you are led inside. You're led inside Bramblefrost Inn. There's a big wooden door that you open up, and inside there's a hustle, there's bustle, there's lots of tables, and it's a massive tavern on the first floor. And it's just there's noises. You can see several people like waiting staff running back and forth between what looks to be a kitchen and the front of house, and you see at a desk there's several people working, and then you see another smaller desk that's next to a set of stairs that lead down, where you see a large, near 7 foot tall orc woman with a thick black braid down her side and a shaved side of head, and you can see like
She's so
tribal
cool.
tattoos,
Mm.
and
Damn.
she's got like massive tusks that go up along her cheeks, and you can
I
see they are
literally wish that was
indenting
me.
on her cheeks.
I wish
And
that was
very,
me.
very cool.
She's still wearing. She's large. She's tall and like wide, but she's still very slender, and she's wearing this really elegant but still kind of rustic. It's like an old-fashioned, almost like a hand-me-down, but it's been kept very well dressed with an apron. And as the goblin walks over and says, "Good evening, Madam Tusk. We got some people that need to be checked in. We have some things that need to be done. We need to know in which room." Points towards Duskus. "This one stays in as they are being kept under house arrest with a potentially dangerous item. Until they're awaiting a liaison to come back. Should be within a few days, we hope." And she looks down. Thank you, thank you. Yes, rooms? Would you all like to share rooms? Would you like to split rooms? We got singles, twins, doubles. There are very few rooms left, I will let you know, but if you wanted the suite, we could throw in some extra bedding, and we could fit you all in there for a premium price.
What are the prices?
Yeah, what is this price?
Well, the double and twin rooms are 8 silver pieces per night, 5 for a single bed, and 3 gold if you would like us to retrofit the suite into a family room.
Rudy pulls out 3 gold and pops it on the counter.
Oh,
Wonderful.
Rich people.
wow.
Wonderful. Let me just sort of like rummages underneath, pulls out a key. It looks to be a keychain with 3 keys on it, clicks one off, hands it to Rudy. Takes
Thank
the
you.
payment,
Thank you, madam.
opens the book and says, "And under what name? If you would
McGee.
like a person, McGee.
McGee.
Perfect. Write it
McGee.
down. And
It's
I
pretty
will
much
just
royalty,
make a
it's
note
fine.
that we have a person under house arrest in said room." Yes, and I will need you, since you are house arrest. It looks down at Goblin. I've got it from here. You are relieved. And the Goblin says, "Thank you, Madam Tusk," and just heads off. It says,
Madam
the,
Tusk.
the, the door would need to be locked from the outside every time you leave the room. If, and I will give you, clicks off an extra key in case one of you needs to leave the room, in case just you need to split up. I don't know.
Thank you, madam. Madam Tusk, was it? Thank you.
Yes, yes. Breakfast is included. We have a buffet in the mornings.
Ah,
It is
very nice.
it is served from dawn and for about 2 hours. And dinner, we do have food available. We have vegetables, meats, stews, soup. There's a little bit to choose from. We also do serve the local specialty of ice wine, if anyone would fancy. But let's go. I'll show you to your room. She snaps her fingers, and as a person just like out of nowhere almost appears. It says,
Oh,
Yes, would you take care of the front desk while I show our guests to the room, please? And you see this person also looks sort of similar, could be a relative to Madame Tusk, but a lot smaller.
Nice. Nana's
nearly
trying
no-
unsuccessfully to shove a gold into Rudy's hand to help pay for the room.
Rudy's got keys in one hand and like his
She's like,
bag in the other. Yeah, like.
imagine
yes,
someone like just
this...
like knocking
Yeah.
the hand away.
And you're
Got
led
this.
down the stairs, and you would go down the stairs. They
Oh
turn,
my.
there's a little bit of landing. You go down another set, and the noise gets very quiet. The noise from above almost disappears and says, As you may have noticed, this building only goes one floor above ground. Our rooms are below ground, but let me tell you, it is completely safe. It has been magically reinforced. There's no risk of a cave-in of any kind. It leads you down another floor, and there's a long corridor, and you see doors on all the sides, and straight ahead is a double door. Looks to be like thick wood and metal. And it has like this really nice plaque that just say the ice rose on it. Just like
Oh,
Wow.
and
I don't know if I've ever been anywhere that's fancy.
she opens the door with her key and opens. Make yourselves at home. And she then pulls out like from a pocket a looks to be like a do not disturb sign, but it says sort of like do not open, like no unauthorized personnel, just hangs it on the door. And it says, make yourselves at home, please,
thank you.
and just gestures for you all to enter.
Well, thank you, madam. Thank you very much.
Madam,
And you,
just before you go
yeah,
though,
yes,
you mentioned that there's no chance of cave-ins. Is that something that people often are concerned about?
we do have some, yes, some of our more traveled guests.
Hmm.
Adventurers such as you usually worry about similar things. I've heard
I wasn't
stories.
worried, honestly, until you mentioned that there was that there were places that have cave-ins, and now I am concerned.
Well,
Now, Gerald.
we've added to our policy to mention that there is no risk of cave-ins after we had a group
Ah,
that seemed to have been through something very, very traumatizing,
oh,
dear fellow. That had to do with the cave-in, and they were very reluctant to
Go
stay
underground.
for a
I
prolonged
understand.
time. Yes.
Well, I guess I am simultaneously reassured and have another thing to be concerned about in the future.
That
Well,
sounds on
you
brand.
be I'd rather you be reassured and concerned than only concerned.
You know what? That's reassuring in itself. Thank you.
Breakfast is at dawn, and she just walks away.
Arthur all at once sort of chase after her and kind of go, madam, madam. And
Yes.
So Arthur does the whole hand on the wall thing, but kind of just sort of slips and sort of like plays it off, leaning like this sort of thing, and goes, Madam Tusk, I believe. I'm Arthur Orblet the Third. You said you got dinner capabilities here. Would you be so inclined to
Roll a
have dinner with
persuasion
me?
check.
Nana
Roll a
is
persuasion.
shooketh.
The,
Nana's
re-
thinking
the rest
about
of us just
Lena
go
right
into the
now.
room and
Yeah,
close the
we're
doors.
already-
Just we're not with him
Wondering what's
anymore.
happening.
Oh my god.
15.
15.
She hesitates for a moment and says, maybe, and then walks off.
God damn.
Oh,
Arthur,
baby.
No. Reroll. That's a perception check.
Oh, what?
Nice.
Persuasion.
Orblet.
Did I do? What did I do?
You did a
Perception.
perception
You rolled
instead of
perception.
persuasion.
They
That
do
makes it
look
so much better.
To be fair, they
You-
do look very
Oh,
similar.
sorry.
You perceive that she is very hot.
12.
Well,
It's
It-
not
it's
as
a-
bad, but
she definitely gives you once over, and it's more of a maybe, and then just walks off.
Arthur Orblet still takes that as like a yes.
Oh my god.
Can we just
That-
stop for a moment and love the fact that Josie can just change that maybe ever so slightly?
Mm.
Like,
With just a tone.
oh
it's
my
just,
god.
Arthur
And I
Orblet
love that
wants
that
to
roll
walk back.
went from like a +5 to a
Mm.
-1.
Yeah.
And still decent.
Yeah, I know.
Still decent. Because if I'd called,
Uh,
you keep the
rolled
die
better.
roll, it would have been a 9.
Yeah, it would have been a 9.
But
So
yeah,
very
the
benevolent.
room you see, the walls are carved from stone, but they look to be have been painted, and you do see there's comfort in here. It's definitely warm. It's not warm enough to like strip down to just basic like underclothes, but you can take off your thick furs and like your heavy boots, and there's a fireplace going, but it's giving off heat but no smoke, and like it seems to be at a set temperature. It doesn't burn your hands. And
That's
there's
convenient.
the beds are less beds, as it just looks to be these almost like big cushions of furs that've been laid out, and like the whole floor seems to be just like woven mats, like very comfy felts and furs all over the floor, and there's like a fully equipped washroom with what looks to be like some sort of water closet. You've got like a rudimentary toilet, it looks like a bathtub,
Wow.
and a sink, a wash basin. It looks very fancy actually. And after a moment, there's a knock on the door.
Who is it?
Room service. We were told to bring more beds. Yes.
Yes. Yeah. Rudy opens the door.
Yeah. As you open the door, you see a human man. Looks to be early 20s, maybe, just holding this massive bundle of furs. These really fluffy furs, and just says, well, yes. Where would you like me to place them, or would you like to place them out yourselves?
I think we're all good to place these. Here. Arthur, come over here for a moment.
God.
And Rudy sort of like indicates, so Arthur can grab them for you. Thank you.
Yeah,
Wonderful.
sure.
It just holds them over and tentatively stays with a hand reached out, slowly moving backwards.
Oh, Arthur's a strong fellow. He's got this.
Oh my god.
And
Still
Arthur
holding
kind
the
of
hand
whispers.
moving
Arthur
backwards.
sort of whispers in his ear. Tip. Give him a
Still
tip.
holding the head
Oh,
out.
Rudy goes, oh, I am so sorry. I apologize. It's been so
Our
long.
Australians are showing.
And Rudy.
Oh yeah,
For
yeah. you
everyone who
tip
from
'em.
other
Yeah.
countries, Australians
Nana
we
will
don't,
give it
do
to
not.
we don't do
Nana's
it
got
in
the
Sweden
tip.
either.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
Nana's got the
Sweden
tip. What is it?
No,
A gold?
no, no,
No,
no,
you
no,
got
no,
it?
no, 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 my God, Nana, no.
I'm
And
a
as
good
you're having this
tipper.
discussion,
I'm a
this
fucking
person
good
just like
tipper.
All right, Nana.
Now
If
stop
Nana's got
moving
this,
backwards.
Nana's got this. All right,
Yeah,
So,
fuck
like,
I'm not
you.
gonna stop it.
Like
He
a
gets
modest,
a gold, okay?
Yeah, I mean,
Buy
that's like
yourself something really nice. Fuck you guys.
person just looks,
Fucking cheap ass.
thank you, pockets it and just like bows very deeply and like just let me know if there's anything you need.
What was? Sorry, we didn't catch your name. Sorry.
Yes, Anders.
Anders. Thank you, Anders. We'll call on you if we need anything.
Yeah, please do. Just like nods and smiles and backs away, closes the door.
Arthur sort of takes the furs to the bed and goes, well, I'm going to take the bed. Sort of looks at Rudy with all the furs on the arm. Like,
So before you drop them, Rudy, like I really elbow you hard in the ribs, and goes, well, if I am apparently royalty, Arthur, then we better live it up, hey. And
the room does have what looks to be a double-sized bed and a single-sized bed, and you've been giving just a big pile of furs. Because as you look, the beds are just piles of furs, but they look incredibly soft and comfortable.
Sick.
There might be looking under them. There's like just a small wooden frame.
Arthur sort of says back to Rudy, goes, oh, we'll top and tail it then. Head to feed it.
Excuse me.
All right, Nana's with Goose. It's fine. He's big, she's little. It works. It's logistically
surely
it's fine.
it was my gold on the. I would get to.
Look, Rudy. There could be a chance that I won't be home tonight, and kind of.
I did hear the almost rejection you got earlier, Arthur. Yes. No, you know what? You're absolutely
rejection?
right.
No.
You're absolutely right.
Right.
I'm gonna give this spare key to Nana. Here you go, Nana.
thank
You can
you.
have the
I've
spare
got a
key.
key.
So remember, we must always lock the
This
door.
really did pay for our room, so she's very, very generous of you, Rudy. I have quite literally in my life never stayed in somewhere anywhere close to as fancy as this. I grew up on the streets originally. This is quite ridiculous.
Well, you know what? I saw an opportunity, and you know, we've been on the rough and tumbling it outside in the cold for so long. I thought, why not? We're only in a nice inn every now and then. Why not? Hey, I figured we deserved it.
I mean, it almost feels too good. I really do appreciate this, Rudy.
Anytime, my friend. Anytime. All right.
What would you all do? You've got your room.
I mean, how
what
late is
time?
it?
What's
Yeah, what
I'd
time is it
say
now?
right now it's about like 8, 9 o'clock.
So shops are still like going.
Well, you were told the
said they
shops
were
were
open.
open.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
Till
are
late,
open
yeah.
till late, but they also open late.
Arthur wants to sort of wash his face and hands, but he's gonna go sell that wolf pellet, and go
A
find
wolf
somewhere.
pellet. Just a little
Just a little pellet of wolf.
little pellet of
Well,
wolf.
not pellet, pelt. And buy
So you
some
would like-
arrows.
You'd like to find somewhere that might buy this pelt from you, and you want to
Yes.
find a Fletcher.
Yes.
A Fletcher.
And I kind of say that to the group that I will be back. I don't know
Hold
when.
on, Arthur. I don't think we should go by ourselves. Does anyone also want to go to the shops? Go to the market?
I do have. So here's the thing. I require some golden materials to be able to copy the scroll of Tiny Hut into my book, so that we can use it in our travels in the future forever.
Oh, sounds amazing.
Which is going to make our sleeping arrangements so much more comfortable and safe. So for that, I do require some funds, and as you know, I'm not exactly that well off.
See, this is why
so-
I asked
so-
if anyone else was going to go with Arthur.
So
See,
it means
Gerald.
we need to either I need to either sell something or make some coins somehow. Because honestly, this is going to help us so much, and I really wish that the that the Old Midnight Sun Guild did some sort of forward payments on these things, because we've been out here for some time and we're self-funding this entire adventure.
Well, Gerald, remember, all the many moons ago, I see my
goodness.
this is how I feel, right? We're on this mission together, and you're right, we're self-funded while we're on the mission. So in my eyes, anything we find on the mission is ours. It's not mine.
I mean, that goes without saying.
Exactly. So, and Rudy pulls out the clear gem that he found in the snow a couple of days ago and goes, Gerald, get this identified. If it doesn't have any clear magical properties, feel free to sell it. Feel free to sell it.
All right. I can do that right now, and I'll set up a ritual casting of Identify.
Just it looks to be some sort of semi-rare quartz. It does have a monetary value, definitely.
What would I
But
need
it's
to
not-
roll
it's
to
not-
appraise it?
I
get a
know
rough
what I'd
idea of
say
it.
if this was Pathfinder. I'd say just make an intelligence check.
Could it be like?
Just intelligence.
Could it be investigation or something?
Sure, I'll allow it.
Cheeky, I love it.
No. Not great. That's a 13.
13. You'd say you could probably get this off for 100 gold. You can't. You just know that would be your estimated minimum value.
Damn.
Oh,
Okay.
all right.
Do you
It's
tell
still big.
Rudy
It's like
this?
this. It's like this size, and it's a
Right,
very clear.
It's not a diamond, but it is some sort of very fine quartz, Rudy. This is a fantastic find. I think this would go for at least 100 gold pieces.
What?
Well, again, this is Gerald. You know
This
what?
would be fantastic.
Yeah, because I mean, you could restock up on while you're out. You could stock up on rations, so when we do have to leave, you've got all that set up. I'm sure Nana would love Nana would love a restock on her herbs and spices.
I'm literally out.
We can worry about rations and such when we leave, I suppose. I mean, we're fine while we're in the city. We don't have to
Arthur,
eat our horrible
Nana
rations.
wholeheartedly disagrees.
Arthur wants to sort of give 1 gold to, to Gerald and go, look, it's not much, but it's all I can do. To trying to contribute to the cause of the housing, because I do like the idea.
Arthur, don't you need that gold for your arrows?
Yes, but I've got some other sort of gold that I've put aside just for my arrows. This is just a spare gold that I can only part with.
But Arthur, the quartz will cover it all. There's no need.
Arthur needs to put his tribute in, and this is his tribute.
Well, I certainly hope the courts will cover it all. I have still yet to fully double check the costs.
And
of
as you're
materials.
talking, Duskus will ask about was I supposed to watch the thing?
Yes, you're supposed to keep an eye on. Of course, I hand him the.
And he puts it under the pelts, under the mattress. Just under the bed.
God, if it accidentally clasps onto the
does he
pelt and then
sit
we have
on it
a
like it's an
bed
egg?
that's how he does, I'll freaking die.
It'll be fine.
I know denimation's floating around the chats. Please confirm if Dusk Goose sits on it like an egg.
Yes. Please do.
But what do you want to do?
I got a 100% in chat from Denny, by the way.
100%. Yes. Love it.
Rudy, the reason Rudy's given the quartz to Gerald and Arthur is so that he can spend the afternoon soaking his hands in whatever fancy oils, lotions, and hot water he finds in the washroom.
I mean,
Yeah,
that's
you can
pretty good.
definitely, and it's a good washroom.
It is.
There's
Oh,
no
get under the fingernails.
there's no soaps available, but there seems to be like an actual faucet. You get water out of a like
Oh.
hole in the wall that you can just turn on and off.
Oh, he's in heaven. He's in heaven.
Oh, Nana's for
Oh.
sure gonna have a bath later, but I feel like Nana would probably want to get more rations if the shops are still open. But you said it was like 8 or 9, so probably not.
Well, you don't know how long they're open, but you were told that most shops are open late.
Well, if the others are going out, yeah, maybe Nana will see if she can find a little ration
Okay,
shop.
who's going out? Who's staying in?
Going out.
Going out?
Okay, everyone's leaving. You're leaving
Staying-
Vasquez in said room.
Staying in.
Rudy's
You're
staying.
Staying in.
Rudy's staying. Rudy's staying. Okay, and let's do one at a time. What does Nana want to do?
Nana wants to find a food shop so she can buy
Okay.
foods for people. Yeah.
Are you gonna wing it or are you gonna ask around?
If Madame Tusk is there, I was gonna ask her.
Yeah,
what's
she's
a
standing.
nice-
When you get up the stairs, she's standing behind her little counter again.
All right.
Just nods at you.
No, then Nana goes up to her and goes, my dear, would you mind if directing me to the nearest food shop? We seem to be low on rations, and I would love to stock us up for future journeys.
Yes, if you're looking for preserved foods, I would guide you towards the open trade house. It's just out the door, further down, cross the main thoroughfare, and you'd see it.
Oh, thank you very much. I will see you a little later then. And she heads
Feel
out.
free.
Yeah.
Well, I assume you're going as a group, so if anyone wants to ask where to find things.
Oh, are you coming with? Nana doesn't need anyone, but that's fine.
Well, I'm assuming you exit the room as a group. Then
Oh,
if you
yeah,
slid off into the
yeah,
city.
Yeah.
Arthur Orbit sort of leans on the table, looking her at her in her eyes, and goes, "Oh, sorry, I was just taken aback by your eyes. I forgot what I've. Oh yes, but I'm actually looking for something, because I already found you. But yeah, fletching in the city.
Make a persuasion check.
Nana would like to roll her eyes very far back if they're still together at the
Oh,
moment.
it's getting worse.
Perfect.
Oh,
And
God.
she just stands there looking at you and says, "Yes."
I need to sell a wolf pelt, and I need to buy some arrows. Can you point me in the directions of those stores and places I need to be?
Yes. Well, the pelt can be sold to the tanners in the trade house, which is where I told your friend to go.
Oh yes.
Arrows, on the other hand, I'd say you might need to go. You need to go to east. West. Exit the building to the main thoroughfare. Turn right. When you get to the 5-sectioned crossing, I need you to take the northwestern, and then you follow that until you reach another crossing. You go west, and you'll find a long building where you have the guards' barracks, and they do sell surplus. You'll notice it. Just sort of puts a hand on yours.
Arthur Orbit gets a little bit excited.
And she looks at you and says, "Just go towards the trees, and you'll be fine."
I've already
Oh,
found
yes.
my
Takes her hat.
directions.
Oh yes.
Are there gonna be quizzes on these directions? Because I forgot.
Skill checks, survival
Just
checks,
sending him
streetwise
out into the
checks.
forest as deep as possible.
Look, maybe.
Just head
Oh,
towards the
dear.
trees and don't stop.
Arthur Orbit kind of giggles. Well, doesn't try to giggle, but giggles anyway, and goes, yes, Madam Tusk, I'll see you later.
I'll be here.
Then he kind of goes after Nana.
Okay, and Gerald, you are looking for.
Amazing.
Yes, first of all, I'm going to look for a good place to sell this gem.
Yes, gems specifically. You could go to our jeweler, but sort of gives you a once-over. I'm sorry, pardon me if I assume, but if you are in need of magical components, I'd say head southeastern direction. Just exit the door, head to the main thoroughfare, turn left, and follow it until you get to the city wall, the city limits, and you'll see a large singular tower. And that's, it's the Sears Tower. Fifth Eye Morgue buys and sells magical components.
Oh, excellent.
Yes.
But the gem itself isn't magical, though. Well, do you know if they accept gems in trade?
Well, I do know that some spells of certain levels require crushed gems of certain kinds, or
That is
simply
true. Yes.
value of gems.
I suppose, and they are lighter than gold pieces, I suppose. So.
Yes.
All right, very well. Thank you for the help. So I'll head towards the Sears Tower. Thank you.
We got raided by Tome.
Hey, good time.
It is.
Well, welcome in. We're having a shopping episode.
It's a shopping trip.
It's not
Yeah,
just an okay tome; it's a gooder tome.
Oh,
Hey.
so good. So good. But yes, let's go with Gerald first. No, we'll check in with Rudy. Is Rudy doing anything particular with his time, or simply
yeah,
just enjoying the
actually-
commodities?
No, well, I mean that was for he did that first. He took care of his hands. You know, cleanliness is next to holiness. And then once he's made sure Goose is all good and taking his responsibility very seriously, he actually sort of settles in. He makes sure he's got a there's no windows in the room, is there?
Nope.
No. Okay.
There are magical lights affixed around.
Okay.
As well as the fireplace.
Okay. Well, he settles in kind of close to the fireplace. But he also lights a candle. I'm assuming there's a candle in the room somewhere.
Yes.
It's such a nice room. He lights the candle and brings it over with him, and he actually just sort of he doesn't quite pray, but he kind of empties his mind in a similar sort of way to as if he was praying. Just to sort of meditating in a way. He's kind of trying to just sort of align himself back to his deity, because there have been times where he's been a bit rattled, and I think he just wanted some alone time, relative alone time, to just sort of settle his thoughts and sort of figure out if he could get a little insight into what's going on. That's all.
I'd say make a wisdom check. Just pure wisdom.
Alright, pure wisdom. Okay.
Pure wisdom.
Is he
Pure
wise?
wisdom.
Pure wisdom. Oh, fuck me. Natural one.
He was not
Natural one.
wise.
You try to settle in, you try to meditate, but there's just this sound. Because as soon as Duskus gets comfy, just this loudest snoring, and Duskus is doing the whole just touching all the furs, just squirming around in bed, just churning and just so comfy, just.
Goddamn
And
bad.
then there's a moment when Duskus gets quiet and you start meditating again, and then just start snoring.
Sounds about right.
Just imagining Ed
Let's
just
hop-
wriggling on his back.
I tried so hard to set that. Yep,
Yeah.
go on.
You tried, buddy.
And you got
We
so far.
get to Gerald.
Right. So I'm going to head out towards said Seer's Tower. And who is the master of the place?
Fifth Eye Morgue.
Was it Fifth Eye?
Yeah. Because they're much cooler than someone who's got a third eye.
I was gonna say that's
Or a
better than
fourth
third eye.
eye,
Like, fuck them, I
The
guess.
Fifth Eye. Was it Morgue? Did you say?
MORG is the name you got. Fifth Eye Morgue.
All right.
I hope there's a UE at the end.
Is the place open when I arrive?
Yes, and the door is open actually, because as you get there, as you see, you get to the entrance. There's not a lot of things going through the entrance, but you do see the tower, and it's this thing that I drew here. This thing
Oh.
right here. It's a tall tower.
Oh,
This
yeah.
thing right
That is
there.
a tall tower.
And it's got jagged pieces of ice sticking out. It's got windows, and it's got a big front door, a big wooden door. And it's as you can spot it from a distance, like from a block away, you see what looks to be a group of dwarfs that are just chatting and entering the tower as you're nearing.
Oh, they're just sort of around the entrance.
No, they're like as you come around the corner to see it, they go in. They're like at first as you're coming closer, they're chatting, and then they go inside.
Okay, cool. Well, I'll just head straight in.
Yeah, and you step inside, and it's warm, it's comfy. There's a bit of a dim light. You can smell incense, and there's herbs and roots, and you can see along the wall, you see what looks to be like a handful of empty item stands, and then you've got like the glass fronts along one edge. You can see one that has like a book in it. There's some with a few pieces of parchment. And it's nice in here. It's comfy, and you see the dwarves are still mid-discussion. They seem to be thick in a debate about magical theory, and you can see one of them says, "No, no, no, no. Conjuration has to be the first school of magic that ever appeared because it brings things, you know, it creates, it must have. No, 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 no. Evocation is pure force. You have to have the strength in magic to create the others." And one says, "No, you're all wrong. It's transmutation. It changes one item into another. It can create different energies. It transfers. It's the transference of energy. It never goes away." And you see, looking at them, you can see one of them have really elongated arms, like their hands almost grind the floor when they talk. Another one has sharp teeth and red scales, like on their eyebrows and along the ears. And a third one, just like their eyes just look like wisps of smoke when they're talking. And they're just like in this hard debate. And you can see a counter, and behind the counter, a large spiral staircase that leads upwards. But at the counter, you see a cloaked, hunched over figure. That just like, you can see the face through. You can see like a pair of eyes that almost shine through the shadow of the hood. And they got a little bit of a hunch to them. And just stand there, just like smiling, almost listening to the conversation and just enjoying like the banter going on. And then spots you and gives like a nod.
I kind of tip my hat. I say, "Good evening. Would you, by any chance, be Fifth Eye Morgue?"
Yes, that would be I.
Ah, lovely. I was directed here by Madame Tusk at the Bramblefrost Inn.
Thank you for your patronage.
Oh, thank you. I am in need to try and scribe a spell scroll that I have come across. So I need some of those fancy inks, and I'm sure you know what I mean.
I know what you mean. I know what you mean. And as this character starts moving to the side, you see they move kind of slow, and you can hear like a clicking noise on the stone floor as they move.
Very good. And it appears I might need a fair bit of them. Now, I do have a
May
very
I
fine.
ask what it is you are transcribing?
Oh,
Just
it's
for
the
interest's sake.
Oh, of course. It's the spell Tiny Hut, if you know of it.
Yes, yes, while I change the camera battery.
Very good. Security is
I
very
know the one.
important.
And may I ask, I know it requires several things. You need ink, you might need... Do you need the paper, or do you have your own?
Oh no, I'm transcribing a scroll into my spell book, so I've got plenty of paper.
Okay, I will let you know, the camera has given up on me.
We haven't given up on it though.
I have.
Cuddly
Nope, it
Raptor
doesn't.
cuts it out of her life
Yeah.
as soon as it's.
I'm
It-
done
it-
with
it
the
doesn't-
webcam.
Drop
It
that
does
dead
not
weight.
want to load. And with this, there's no planned encounter. Sorry for anyone who liked the picture I had up, but we'll just leave it as is for now.
So no one get into any scuffles, all right?
Oh, okay.
I'll
Nana.
just,
Nah.
do that one, and you can see more of the dice.
All right.
rolling.
I'll,
Yeah. I'll just extend the
take-
dice roller.
What is
There we
that?
go.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. Perfect.
Lovely.
Let's do
Um,
exactly that.
Yes. So, it's the spell Tiny Hut.
Wonderful. That is quite a convenient one to have in this area, wouldn't you
Indeed,
say?
which is why I was so hesitant to use this scroll before I was able to transcribe it for more permanent use, as you understand.
Yes. Well, let's see. Do you know how much you require?
I do. It is essentially, for the GM's purposes, my feature, Book of the Ancient Secrets, says that for me to transcribe spells into my spell book, it is 2 hours and 50 gold per level of the spell. So Tiny
you
Hut
need
being a
150.
third level spell, I need at least 150 gold and 6 hours. So it's 50 gold per level for the rare inks needed to inscribe it.
Yes. 150 gold's worth. Would you like to
Yes.
pay in monetary or in work?
Ooh. Work, you say? Oh, that's an interesting one. I will
new to
I will
the
inquire
city?
more into that.
Yes.
but
Let's
I-
finish up business. It's a thing that very common around here.
Okay, I wasn't aware of that. That's good to know. I will ask you about that in just a moment. But I also have been provided this very fine quartz gem, and it does seem, in my very limited appraisal skills, it does seem to have some worth. Would you care to take a look and see if this?
Sure. And they hold out a hand, a long, like thin but long-fingered hand. A bit of like sharpened nails. Grabs the gem, pulls it up, and you can see there's a bit of a ruffle to the cloak covering them. Like it's a bit of there's a bit of a shake on the back of it. If you wanted to do trade, I could trade you this gem for the ingredients that you require.
Oh yes.
Yes. I'd say yes. Holds it up to a bit of light, to the shadow, looks around.
The
Yes,
clarity is quite fine, isn't
it's
it?
a fair trade, I'd say. I could use this in one of my little projects, if you know what I mean.
Excellent. I'm glad to hear that. Is there? Would you say there's any wiggle room in the gem's worth for just some minor extras, perhaps? Being that I am not, as I said, I'm not exactly a professional shops person like yourself, so I don't know admittedly, and this might be a bad thing to say, perhaps, but I don't know its exact worth, to be honest. So,
Roll a persuasion check.
I'll be relying on your forthrightness as an honest shopkeeper here, of course. Persuasion. Pew.
Forthrightness. Lay on that guilt
Only a
card.
10.
10. Well, I'd say it is very much of equal value to the inks you are requiring.
Fair enough. I will take your good word for it.
And I will let you know, I have in my notes marked that the gem is in fact worth 150 gold.
Oh, nice. Perfect.
Good, honest shopkeeper.
There
Yes.
you go.
There you go.
And for future reference, what is this? What is this work?
It's a
Payment.
very common practice here in Bora that paying with services is just as much value as paying with gold. We only really see commerce coming through during the summer season, and therefore there's the rotation of coin is not, it's limited, and therefore we do appreciate when someone offers to work.
Interesting. Well,
Say,
I
for
do
example, if you
have some
wanted
skills.
another scroll for your book, we could work something out.
Oh yes, I'm listening. I'm always. I'm sure everyone who comes in here has a keen mind for spellcraft and knowledge.
Definitely. Or if there's anything you would like to peruse in my shop.
I'm most interested in all of the above. Please show me around. Tickle my interests.
I shall. And they start walking around, and we'll switch over to Nana and Arthur, who has arrived where they are in the workhouse. No, the trade house. It's called.
Yes, trade house. Oh, we both going there. No.
Yeah, because Arthur was gonna
Oh, yeah.
try to sell off this pelt first.
That's right. So, yeah. Cool.
So you arrive, and you can see it's like just a massive barn, pretty much made of stone and wood and ice. It's got 3 walls, no, 2 walls, and then like half walls, and it opens up, and it's like an open market on the inside. You see people are yelling, they're bustling, some are haggling. It's loud, it's noisy. People immediately start pulling at you and say, Come look and buy my wares. Yes, I have a fancy, very fancy. No, what was it? Yes, a fancy. They're like, everyone's accent is flying all over the place. It's like they're trying to see. You can see they're definitely indigenous to this area, but they're trying to act all exotic.
It's not very often that Arthur sort of is frightened by this. He sort of just is just like, oh, what? And sort of just holds Nana's hand out of fear, just out of nowhere, and just, Nana, there's too many people.
Don't worry, Orby. It'll be fine. And we just start sort of moving through the crowd to get where we need to be. And I'll be with you in just a second. We just got to raid, so I got to say hi quick. And Arthur, up to you.
Yep.
It's yours.
So I want to find a stall that I can sell the wolf pellet to.
And
pellet.
I'd say make a
I keep saying
perception.
it.
Make a perception check.
Oh, I'm good at that. Not.
9 is enough in this case, and you you do find, well, you hear a familiar voice that says, "And you should have been there. There was this bunyip, and it was spewing acid, and then these people showed up, and you know."
I came back in just the right time. We're going over there. I'm dragging him with me. You're still holding my hand, right?
Yes, I'm still holding your hand.
Yeah, and you see Uthard Farley standing like with at a little bit of a like setup place. It just looks
That
like a bunch of
motherfucker.
boxes stacked on each other, with like several pieces of hide placed out with the runes showing, and like they got little like plaques with written over, and they've got like the whole, like there's one number and it's been crossed out, and there's another number underneath, just like on everyone.
It
just
not fucking turn into a spell beast right fuck now.
Arthur kind of quickly pipes up after being dragged over there and goes, hello. I don't know if you remember me.
It just looks around. You see this crowd. I'll be darned! It's the people who saved me. Wow, you made it! Wow, I can't believe that's wonderful news.
I'll bet he
Wonderful
can't believe
news.
it.
I'm sort of trying to move like Nana around to the back of me. I'm trying to drag her there, but
Fuck this
God.
guy.
Arthur sort of pulls out his wolf pelt.
I didn't think I was gonna ship a man in the market.
and go. I have this this for sale. I unfortunately can't talk very long. Looking at Nana. I do want to sell this though.
Oh, is this a spell beast pelt then? Come on, come on, come on. Let me see.
I give it over.
It's a normal pelt. Well, I still deal in hides, so you know, we can make it work. What were you looking at? What were you looking at?
Well, look, I'm thinking.
Because I mean, it's not bad work, but I've seen better.
Yeah, but remember, I saved. My team has saved your life. You know.
Sure, I'll definitely give you a premium, definitely. But I also, you know, I gotta think of the economy. I gotta think of my.
All right. You give me a number first, and we'll go from there.
I like this guy.
2 gold.
Stonks. This economy.
Look, 2 gold. I was thinking more 4.
4. I mean, sure. I believe. You know what? 3 gold. 3 gold pieces. Because it still needs to be cleaned up. You know. I gotta clean up and resell the thing. I gotta think of making a win here.
Yep. I do understand how businesses work. Let's how about let's go 3 gold and 10 silver.
Roll a persuasion check.
Oh.
It's getting worse and worse.
That's just 4 gold.
Oh, no.
I'm haggling here. No. 3 gold, take it or leave it. 3 gold, take it or leave it. I mean, you owe me for giving you proper directions to even get here in the first place.
I kind of let go of Nana's hand and I say, sure. 3 gold.
And he hands you 3 gold and
Oh,
wraps
and-
the pelt up.
Nana would love to butt in and say, and thank you so much for those directions. Unfortunately, it did take us a while because we must have taken a wrong turn somewhere.
Well, you know, some people got a sense of directions, others don't. Now, if you'll excuse me, I start like walking over to another customer.
Oh.
It's not very often Arthur feels uneasy.
Hey, remember what I said
Nana
about
like this.
Remember what I said about Nana starting brawls? Oh my god.
Can I? Okay. I mean, what would I roll? Like, did he give us the right directions? We never even figured
Oh
that
god,
out.
no.
Roll an insight.
Yeah, okay.
Because we could have just stuffed it up.
I mean,
Because I'm
that-
like
that is
worried that I'm gonna
perfectly
start
true.
something and then we're gonna be like, oh no, it was
Roll
just
an
us
insight.
actually. It's not great, but
12. He seems to think that he gave you proper directions.
so he's not being insidious about this.
No.
Okay.
As far as you
Okay.
can tell.
He
As-
seems to
yeah.
think that he gave us
As
proper
far
directions.
as you can tell, he seems to be genuine. There was like no smirk, there was no cocked eyebrows. It was more like it was more of a sucks to be you rather than haha, I fooled you.
Well, let's go, Arthur. And then muttering under her breath, I can only deal with so many idiots in a day.
Nana, can you hold my hand again there? I don't want to lose you with all these people here.
Of course, but she's like gripping it very hard, like to the point of like crushing it.
Like
Like,
white
she is
knuckles.
angry.
and, like,
What's Nana's strength, by the way?
Not even that much. It's -1. It's like 8. So, like for her, this is like a lot of strength. Oh
Do we
my
want to
God.
go on another quick break, or do we want to keep rolling?
I'm good for the
Happy
moment.
with
good.
either one.
You
Will
keep
we get a quick break after, or
I could go for a break. It's like
I was
2
gonna say
seconds.
maybe just
Yeah.
like a minute.
Let's take.
might be
We're
nice.
not done in the trade house just yet, but we'll go on a quick as Nana seems to go past that, like the sort of like mercantile market area, you head to what looks to be a food vendor area, and that's where we'll take a
And we're
break.
back in our element.
Yeah, like 2 minutes or something.
Oh my god.
Nice.
Alrighty, my guys, I will leave you with Cuddly Raptor and Roju. If they say anything naughty, make sure you tell me when I get back.
Fuck.
Right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell
100%.
you all about it, and you're gonna
100%
fucking validate
shyster.
me. I'm gonna be like,
Yeah.
guess who I fucking
Just-
saw in the marketplace.
Just before
all right,
I go,
Yes.
I totally blanked. I should have used my inspiration point on my little meditation thing. Because I rolled a natural
Ah.
1. I might see if I can do it before you guys get back and have another attempt at it.
Nice. Yeah, mention it right away.
Yeah, I will.
Right.
Maybe
Roju, you're in charge.
Oh god, no! I was gonna say just before you. No, never mind. He's already gone. Well, it's just me. Can't see any of your other chats, but I trust that you're all doing well. I trust that you're having a good time. And if you're not, then Nana's gonna bonk you with a spoon, like no doubt. So you better be having a good time. Is all I'm gonna say. Now I'm actually going to step away and get myself some water. So we will be right back. And Cuddly may or may not unmute herself in the near future.
Wow, I come back and everyone's gone. Yeah, we might need definitely need a longer break if Cuddly's gonna be able to calm down. But thanks everyone for coming in. Tome, thanks for the raid, and thank you. I made this my cooldown underdress. I've been wearing it exclusively during the D&D streams for cooldown under for the past few weeks. Oh, let's see where this goes for the final hour of the game. We'll see where it takes us. Is that I miss this orb? Wow. But thanks everyone for coming in, and if you got those sneaky lurk points, please put them towards the community challenge to give these silly people a free item. Oh, welcome back, Orb.
It's all right. It's all right. Thank you very much. I didn't
Denny
believe.
wonders what we're drinking tonight, and I am drinking cola, but I won't tell what brand.
I am now drinking liquid that is clear,
Clear liquid.
which is water.
Noise.
Hashtag no brag.
Oh.
Oh,
And we
so
got
hard hitting.
Aussie.
I like how I left Roju in charge and then I come back and he's not even here.
Yeah, when I came back, there was no one else here.
Wait, there was no one else.
Oh.
So I left no one in charge?
When
Oh,
I came
no.
back, I was alone.
Oh no! Last thing I say is like, all right, chat, I'll leave you with Cuddly and Roju. They'll entertain you. And then no one was here. Oh no.
Denny wants to know what we're drinking. Denny's got tea.
Okay, well, I had to bring in the gigantic mug earlier, but I've just got water right now, Denny. I'm sorry. Also, Josie, before the others get back, could I retroactively use an inspiration point to attempt my little thingamabobber again?
Yeah.
Yes, thank you. I thought of it after you moved on. I was like, no.
No, it's all good.
Yeah.
Reroll.
Okay.
Give me
Yeah.
the reroll.
You wanna do the reroll
we'll,
now?
We'll do it now. We'll do it.
Yeah,
we'll do it
later.
when we get back.
Yeah. Excellent. Denny, they just all left. Oh my god.
Yep. Most are back. Most of us are back.
Jonesy, and they're gone.
And they're gone. Now we're just waiting for Cuddly.
Oh.
Greetings, friends, comrades.
What's happening, Aussie? Share with the class.
Jonesy's just telling me how I left because I left Roger and Cuddly in charge, and then both of them left at the same time without
immediately
knowing
left,
the
yeah.
other person left. And there was just no one here. I should have gone to a BRB.
Nah, I just anyway.
Everybody's back.
Yes.
We're all back.
Yes. the
Everybody
cat has
ready
been
to hop back in.
fed.
Yes.
Yes. Oh,
Sweet.
I had a question actually. As
Go
well
for it.
as Ozzy, I think also had a question. But
Aussie's question has been answered.
okay, yes, got it. My question was, can we still, we can still think things to Gerald because of the book thing?
No, I have to message you first.
Yes. Gerald
I was
has
gonna
to...
go off on can you believe that he's fucking here? Just
Oh,
fucking...
don't worry. I was planning on checking in with everyone after a certain amount of time.
Yeah.
Oh,
The
good.
way,
That has
the
words.
way it works is that Gerald writes in his book. He writes you a note, and then you hear it in his voice in your head, and you have I think it's 1 minute to think up to 25 words, and they'll get
I'm
sent
not
back
100% sure on the time limit thing, but I'll double check the spell.
That's fine. I only need 6. Uthard is here. What an ass. And you know it's actually gonna be my
So
message
it
to
doesn't
you.
specify a time, just so you know. It
Because
says
are you checking the sending spell or the book feature?
the
Danny,
sending spell.
the lion, the
Because I
witch,
think the
and the
book
audacity of
featured
this bitch.
had a. I think so.
Uh,
I'm not sure, but I think the book feature mentioned something.
No, the 1 minute thing that caught me was the writing disappears after 1 minute in the book.
Okay.
So I have 1 minute
you
to
could-
read the reply.
Yeah, so you could technically miss it if you're not staring at your book.
Oh.
Yeah. So basically, the person replying must reply immediately. So
Yeah.
essentially within the round. So within the 6 seconds of receiving it, you can then
You got
start
25
replying.
words.
Yeah, 25
but
words.
let's back in.
It's magical Twitter, is what it is.
It's magical Twitter, very much so.
Yep.
And we move back to the suite in the room where we got now. Dusk
It is a
Goose
pretty
has
sweet
calmed
room.
the snoring a little bit. Feel free to roll again for meditating. Rudy,
Just to
yes,
confirm, am I using my inspiration point, or am I just having another attempt?
No, this is you get another attempt by using your point.
Excellent. All right, I've
But
used
yes,
the
you are
inspiration.
using the inspiration point.
All right, so this is just a flat wisdom, yeah?
Yes.
I mean, what can you say?
Yeah.
There you go.
There we go.
That
You
natural
love to
20.
see it. You love to see it.
Okay, let me know what it was. What was your intention of this meditation?
My intention was to gain insight as to I'm having trouble trying to form it into words. To gain insight into essentially the conflict or the turmoil that the power Rudy draws upon seems to be having at times. Can he derive any form of direction as to why, or sorry, I'm having a really hard time putting it into words what I'm looking for.
Well, you give it a think, and we can move over to the shopping episode.
Yeah.
We'll come back to you. You
Okay.
can just give us a little wave when you feel ready, and we'll at a good point move back.
Get in, losers. We're going shopping.
Alcohol was holding on.
So, Nana Melivora, and Arthur Orblet, you've passed through the whole you've passed through jewelries, people selling plates, people selling hides. You pass by people selling like their carpentry and like knickknacks. You passed that part, and you now essentially reached the food stands.
Finally.
All right.
And
And Nana has been very
there's
polite. She's been just like, no, thank you. It went, because they seem pretty pushy, don't they? But she's not like
some
rude
of
to
them are
anyone.
really pushy, but when you get to the food area, they seem to get less pushy.
Because like that's a necessary item that people are gonna need. So I guess
Yeah.
they kind of know someone's gonna
Yeah, and you
do
walk
it.
by one stand, it looks like it's got like cured meats, it got sausages hanging from strings, and you see one that seems to be selling grain and flour, and then one that's got like a sign that says like the spices of the east, and there's like a lot of like heartier spices like what do we put, like dried leaves, a lot of dried leaves.
Nice.
And then you see some selling, you see what looks to be just someone just standing literally with a pile of sacks, like almost like a shovel, and this just surrounded by crates of potatoes.
We're getting some fucking potatoes. All right.
It's just like you can see fish. There's some people selling fish. There's some
Tarts for days.
crustaceans. There's just food, all kinds of food.
Just food. Okay. How much would Nana know? How much? Let's say like 4 gold would get her. Probably not that much.
4 gold. Hold on, I'm gonna check the thing.
Because I'm just thinking like ration wise. She'll probably end up
Yeah.
picking from different things, but yeah.
I can't recall in my brain. Anyone who has rations in their inventory should be able to see what it's cost.
Oh, actually, I think I do.
Oh yeah.
So worth. Oh, cost is 0.5 of a gold. Okay, that's not bad. So I do have 8 gold, so I could.
How many in your inventory? How many does it say you have?
I have 1, but only.
Okay, just checking because it will multiply the price. But yes, then it is 5 silver pieces per day's worth of food per person.
Okay. Let's see. I mean, I know Rudy's Mr. Moneybags, but I feel like just for the next couple days, maybe I would get something. So I might use. Yeah, okay. I will use 3 gold and grab some various items. Then I'll have 6 rations, and then like we can split them up if we need. And then we'll have like 1 extra, which will be fine. So Nana definitely goes for some potatoes. Cured meats sound like they're gonna be pretty hearty on the road, so that's pretty good. She might even treat herself and grab a little bit of spice, because she's been to the. I think she's been to the east, right? So she would enjoy that kind of cuisine and kind of spice some things up, maybe. But she knows they probably won't last like super well on the trip, so they might. And I think.
Well, they seem to be. They sell both like little pouches of dried herbs and fresh ones.
Oh, okay. Well then, yeah, she'd probably go for the dried ones. And do they have any fresh vegetables?
Not a lot, but you find some. You can see that most of these people as well, and you go to ask for fresh vegetables, you get pointed, and you see someone has like a smaller, also a gnome with like a big green afro almost.
Support fellow
who's standing who's standing like and says, well, they aren't exactly fresh, but close enough, and opens, and you eat one of these ice boxes filled with vegetables, like sectioned off.
Oh
and
my
says,
god.
I mean, if you thaw them, they're practically fresh. They lose some freshness being treated like this, but it does allow them for like, transport.
Yes, and Nana's so excited. So Nana gets enough to probably make like 1 little side salad for everyone, Because she knows they probably won't like last, but just to treat
We'll say
everyone.
just this is all part of the rations you're buying, but you're
Yeah.
basically going like doing some mind calculation, like okay, how much would I need to make these amount of portions, these many days?
Yeah. So I'm removing 3 gold, and I'll add some rations in. Yeah, and she's very excited, and she just she just
You both of you actually do find in this market district you find someone who is selling what looks to be like in small little bowls of some kind, like is selling shaved ice.
Oh my god!
God damn it, Josie.
Orby, do we get it?
God damn it, Josie.
And you see the bowls themselves are also made of ice, and you're being told like, oh, just eat before the bowl melts. It's regular ice, but we can add flavors if you want. We could top it with some. I've got strawberries here. I've got some honey, and if you really want to spruce it up, we actually we have some soft hot caramel. It does melt faster, but it's oh so delicious, and it does get like sticky and hard. It's very very chewy. I like it myself.
We're fucking
You see,
getting
it's like.
All right, how much for that?
Oh,
Let's go.
I thought Orblet was going to do a trade.
Oh.
He's
you
going
wanna
to
trade?
pour a cup of hot cocoa.
And you see, as you do, you see this woman looks to be like a middle-aged, half-elven woman. Says, "Oh yes, equal trade indeed." It's like holds a cup out.
Nice. Nice.
Just like makes one. What do you want on it, sir? What do you want? This is a treat for me as much as for you.
I want, well, I want everything on it. As much
Sure,
toppings.
Just put like there's only like 4
Whoa.
different toppings, and puts all of them on, and just holds it out
Oh
for
my
you.
goodness.
And I'll give it to Nana because she seems really excited by it.
Yes. Oh no, we're sharing. Don't be ridiculous.
Can we have 2 spoons?
Sure. Hands you another spoon. No problem. Thank you, sir. Like sipping on the hot cocoa. Has got like the cocoa mustache going.
Thank you so much. And Nana's so excited.
Wait, do they get marshmallows? Roll. We don't know if
Oh,
they
did
got
they get
marshmallows or not. Yeah.
Oh my god. Please
Because
give them
surely marshmallows gets a little bit extra, like a little bit
That's-
extra for
Yeah.
Arthur Orb.
No.
Oh, it was a good attempt though. I think.
Good attempt. But yeah. I didn't even see the roll. What you
No,
get?
neither
It was 3.
There's a 3.
Why can't I see it? What's happening?
Yeah, where's?
Oh,
It
I see
actually
it.
didn't come
Oh,
up
wait.
on the. Yeah.
It didn't come up for me either.
I got it on here, but yeah,
That's
it didn't come up there.
Yeah. So is there any more shopping you want to do? Any more perusing?
Well, I say to Nana that I need to go to the guards barracks to get some arrows. If we're done here, do you want to come along?
Oh yes, I'll come. I might as well. I'm feeling very awake, so Nana's gonna just tail behind you and just kind of look at stuff because it's a new city.
Yeah, and
it's
it
exciting.
is quite a while to go. You're literally like in the other end of the city.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, do you think we'll make it on time?
It's the guards barracks. They gotta be awake all the
So
time.
by now it's getting like 10ish.
Mm.
Could we get there before midnight?
Probably.
Okay. I'll say we
Let's
still
see
go,
you-
Nana.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Gerald,
mean,
are you
give it a
you
look.
hanging out in the shop?
Oh,
Shop
certainly,
shop.
yes.
Okay.
So
anything
because
special? Yeah, I will. Let's do real quick. Just hop
Yeah,
around to
sorry.
see if anyone wants to do anything. Gerald, anything in particular? You're being shown
Yeah.
around the shop, and there's like, you see a handful of scrolls. There seems to
Mhm.
be a book of some kind being sold,
Oh.
and Morg says, "This book is very special. It does hold some magic. It makes you how do we put this? I don't really know how to explain it in layman's terms, but it would make you incredibly sneaky. It would make you.
Oh, okay.
It holds knowledge that is magically imparted upon its
Oh.
reader.
Oh yes, I've heard such books that have that kind of effect.
Yeah, this is one of the more basic ones. I know there are some mighty tomes that can change one's body nearly and one's mind. This one simply holds information on how to move quieter, how to quiet your breath and lower your own presence.
More of a skill based knowledge.
Yes.
I see.
And we also have a handful of scrolls. These are only the ones on display. If there's anything particular you want, please let me know. I'm a little bit cleaned out there because tourism has started moving around.
Fair.
And but we do have this, and shows you over to a big glass monitor, like just a big glass case, big. We're talking 6 feet long.
Oh yeah.
Inside of which you see what looks to be a metal pole that is near 6 feet long, and at the end of it you see just a bowling ball sized hunk of metal.
All right. What is this fascinating object?
This is of orcish make from the North Shard, very popular among some of the more heavy hitters, if you know what I mean. It's quite heavy. It has some magic imparted on it. It is commonly known as a wrecker.
Oh, is that right?
It is indeed.
I do actually have a good friend of mine who may enjoy just such an item of such a name. Tell me, what are the magical properties of this one?
Well, it doesn't seem to have any passive magic to it, but it has this weird effect when it could give it enough momentum. It seems to almost accelerate an increase in weight.
Oh, that is interesting. Does it have some sort of internal weighting mechanism or something of the kind?
I'm not quite sure. I haven't really taken the time to disenchant it and, reverse engineer the magic. All I know is that if you take a moment to really prepare for a swing, it hits plenty harder.
How much would this set one back?
Well, I only have the one, and it is from quite far away. Quite far away.
So it seems. We are quite far south after all.
Probably wouldn't let go of it for less than 200, I'm afraid.
So
gold
tell me,
pieces.
Now we were speaking of work in trade before. What kind of work might there be available for an item such as this?
This is a house of magic, and I take you a magical practitioner. We could work something out if you'd I don't know, help me run inventory, mind the shop, do some clerking for a day or two. I'd say that put you to a value of 10% of this wrecker.
Oh yes. If it might perhaps sweeten the pot any, I can actually, and I know not everyone can do this, but I can actually ritual cast Identify. So I could do that as many times in a day as required, which would be quite useful in a shop such as this.
It would. It really would. However, we're not seeing much traffic in rather than out.
Understandable.
It would be a great service, and if you would like to work, that would be one of the tasks you would handle.
Very good. Okay. So to cover it wholesale, how much time would we be speaking then to?
Well, if you want to cover it wholesale, I'd say, how about a handful of hours a day for a fortnight?
All right. I will definitely keep that in mind, because I haven't consulted my friends yet on exactly how long we intend to stay in the city.
Very
But
well.
should we be available for that time, I might come back and take you up on that offer.
Feel free to. You know where to find me.
I absolutely do. Fifth Eye Morg, it has been a pleasure. I'm
It
Gerald,
has.
by the way. Pleasure.
Holds out a hand, and it's a big hand, like a big meaty hand. The fingers are long, but also like really muscly. And you can see now, as Fifth Eye Morg has stepped out, their feet seem to be bird feet, and they have like the bird
Oh.
leg bend. But the face is humanoid, with
Mhm.
a slightly glowing eyes.
Hmm.
But there's on occasion there's like a shiver through their body, and you can see like the lump on the back do like a flutter.
Mm-hmm. Do I recognize the race at all?
I'd say make a history check.
One
Make a moral
history check
check.
coming right up. Pachoo! I'm not rolling great today. It's only a 10.
Only a 10. There's a few things. Like there's a few things you can think of.
Mhm.
And then there's a bunch that just seem like improbable, but it could be many things, really. It could be some sort of magical transformation. It could be like a half-breed of some kind.
Yes, because I know of a
Unsure.
couple of bird types, but none of them have human faces that I can recall. Yes, well, anyway, pleasure to have done business with you, Morg, and I will see you
Pleasure.
next time.
Good to see you again. And you see now the dwarves have started packing up against
Oh,
the
yes,
counter, just
the
waiting.
dwarves.
Yeah, and Morg walks back over and starts talking, and they're like having this frantic chat, and they're just like talking as you step out.
Yes. Oh,
Uh,
before I do, I
yes.
do want to acknowledge the dwarves. So I go, the mixed genders or anything, because I'd
Some of
say,
them are really hard to tell.
uh, dwarven folk.
And you see, they all nod. One says human.
Accurate. No, I mean that doesn't phase Gerald
I'd
at
say
all.
make another history check, real quick.
Make another history check.
Yes.
Whoop. Oh, that's better. 18.
18. You do know that in the city of Tarkar, in the Ashen Peaks, which is a predominantly dwarven gnomish city, they do have something called the sorcerer families, where sorcerer-born dwarves sort of like interchange families to see what kind of things happen, really. So it's just
Okay.
like this massive family tree of all kinds of dwarven sorcerer born.
Cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
And do these
They are
might
obviously
be
of these.
of this?
You would assume that they are from
Oh.
there.
I don't suppose you find people hail from Tarkar, do you?
And some are really busy, and the one in the back turns around, and you can see like huge, almost like fish eyes, just as, "Have you been there?"
I don't believe Gerald has, right? No, I don't think he would have been.
Probably not.
No, but I did learn of the city in my in my studies at Ebenspire.
Oh yeah, we've been in Empire. I hear the project is going very well, if you know what I mean. I'm hearing good things. I'm hearing good things. Another one sort of like pulls them over and says like, "Shh."
The project.
No need to mind, sir. No need to mind. And you see, this one has like scales, but like the fish kind also. But there's like on the other hand, it's like just incredibly hairy, like almost like you could comb it.
Hold on. The project? Question mark. I'm going to say I'm going to like feign secretive knowledge of actually knowing what this project is, but I don't think either me or Gerald knows what they're referring to, right?
I'd say make what would we call this? No, I'd say you wouldn't. No, I'm gonna call it. It's
Cool.
no, not this one.
So I'm going to fake that I do know what they're talking about.
Okay. Roll a deception check.
This could only end well.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I need to see this.
Here we go. Natural 20 for a
20. No way.
Yeah.
I'd be
And
like,
how are you? What are you gonna say?
I'd be like, the project.
And
I think
what-
amongst us we can talk about it freely.
Yeah, and as you're doing this, like they're pushing the fish, like the really like globe item one forward towards the counter, and it just turns around and goes, choo choo.
Choo choo. Oh, very exciting.
And as you leave the store, Rudy.
Yes. Sorry, there appears to be something caught my throat. Yeah, so I've had a bit of a think about it. So I'm probably going to muck up the pronunciation. So, more just in my mind, just to make sure I've got this right.
Your goddamn train.
Serene is the deity that...
Saren Ray.
Saren Ray, sorry, that is an R there. I can read my own writing, clearly. However, that is not the deity that Rudy's monastery that he grew up in sort of practiced or followed the teachings of, yeah?
I'd say Rudy wouldn't really know. You know the
know.
iconography of the
Okay.
cathedral,
Yep.
and what your duties would be.
Yep.
And you know that you have a connection to a voice from that speaks to you.
Okay.
And you know this voice has presented themselves as
Okay.
Serenray, aka
Okay.
the Dawn Flower.
Okay, I was just trying to figure out exactly where Rudy's knowledge is and where mine is. Okay, cool. So in that case, I'm just going to change tactics. Rudy would attempt to not contact, but essentially request guidance in regards to the abilities directly to Sarenrae in his meditations and prayer, if that's possible.
You start meditating, you start thinking, and you are thinking of, like, as I said, the iconography in the cathedral, your duties, how you were taught, what you were taught. But you're also thinking of the feeling of whenever you channel magic. And there's a definite dichotomy. You can feel that there is a difference, definitely, between the feeling and emotions connected to your upbringing and the feelings and emotions connected to your connection to Sarenrae.
Okay.
You're somehow, they should have the same source, but they don't really connect.
He's dying.
Cough,
Sorry
cough.
about that. There is legit something going on. Okay. So Rudy would be right in inferring that it's this disconnect or this difference that might be interfering or presenting these because there have been okay. All right. So that's now knowledge Rudy can sort of settle on.
because
Okay.
because the cathedral had a lot of iconography that has to do with death,
Yes.
consumption, and whereas when you channel magic, you have a very warm, very comforting feeling,
and it
doesn't.
Yeah.
It just seems to be a disconnect, really.
And it's just funny that in regards to the dice rolls, especially when he tried to inflict wounds that one time, it's just so happened that when he's gone to use abilities that are aligned a bit more with that,
I love it.
It's
been
failed. I think
wonderful.
it's been actually really good. Okay, so I'm just trying to get Rudy's knowledge sort of a bit more in line with what I've been thinking. Okay, cool. Alrighty, that's. I mean, honestly, that's all I wanted to know. Unless the natural 20 earns a little bit extra, but that's you pretty much. Done what I
Without the
wanted.
natural 20, you would probably have gotten even less because
Yeah,
there are
okay.
actual spells and abilities you can use. There is a spell I think you should have access to already called Commune, and there's one called Augur, if I recall.
Okay, I'll have a look into those.
And they both allow you to ask questions directly of your
Oh, okay,
deity.
right, okay,
Hmm.
alrighty. I'll
Be
look
like,
into that.
"Yo,
And then
God,
later,
what's up?"
later you can get what is called a divine intervention, when you can
Yeah,
actually
we've talked
tell
about that
your
one.
god
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
do something.
Yeah. Alrighty, cool. Thank you. That is
But-
exactly what I wanted.
We'll fast forward. Following the instructions, Nana and Arthur, you arrive at you head towards the trees, and you can see there's a literal forest.
Oh, that's right. She
And
tried
you
to
can
send
see
us out
what's
in forest.
what's
Right.
a hill with a massive 3 massive buildings on it, like they're fenced in, huge mansions built out of ice and stone.
Oh dang. Okay.
Wow.
And below the hill, you see a long barracks with open doors. You can see people moving in and out. And there seems to be indeed, like, just connected to it, a smaller sort of open, just the 2 walls sticking out, and a thatch roof of sorts,
Okay.
where you see someone just standing, sort of like by a desk, like just looking around, picking around things.
Okay. Arthur wants to walk up to him and says, in his most elfish sort of. He's not going to say in Elvish, but he's going to do it in the accent of Elvish, and goes, "G'day, mate."
Why is Elvish Australian?
I mean, when you think about it, it kind of makes sense. But yeah, go for it.
I am Arthur.
And you see a young-ish frost giant, Lena's size, looks to be a man,
Okay.
a little bit of scruffy beard.
Okay. I am Arthur Orblet. This is Nena.
Look, nods. Yeah.
I
How
need
can I help?
to buy some arrows. Do I buy them from you, or can you put me in the direction?
No, yeah. Yeah, we got some. We got just wooden. We got some that are steel tipped. We've got stone tipped, and we've got I think, yeah. Hold on. Sort of like looks through, pulls off a piece of paper, flips. We got 3 Spherera arrows left. If you want to buy those.
Oh, how much per arrow are they?
They're a gold apiece.
Yeah, I'll take those. I'll give you 3 gold.
Anything else? Like write something down on a note. Like takes out a little bit of a notepad, writes down.
How much you just what is standardized arrows? Just is that stone, or because it doesn't actually
Standardized
say
arrows would, yeah. Just buying standardized arrows comes, I think, in chunks of 20.
20, yeah.
And they're
And-
just your regular like metal tipped
Yeah,
arrows.
okay. I would like to purchase a standardized pack of 20. What are they costing?
see in,
20, 1 gold.
D&D
1 gold per
Beyond.
20.
1 gold per 20. I
Yep.
also get
Oh,
a
that's
pack of
pricey.
them as well.
That's a pretty good deal.
Good,
Yeah, and as this person writes down, okay, happy like that. Sort of like looks quizzically at Nana. Anything for the gnome?
Oh, I'm here for moral support.
Perfect.
got a
Just a moment.
spoon!
Rips the note off, puts the notepad in a pocket, goes inside the actual barracks through a side door, comes back out with like wrapped in cloth, normal arrows, and then you see 3 arrows that all have tiny little leather pouches over their tips.
Ooh.
And you can see the tips are just like rimed with frost. Like the
Mm.
pouches.
I'm going to go out on a limb here and suggest we probably don't touch the tips of the arrows Arthur.
Yeah, unless you want to lose said slave. Yeah, correct. Puts them down.
With a very pointed stare.
Arthur sort of kind of goes, yes, Nana, and just sort of picks the arrows up by the end of it, not by the tip end, and stores them away safely. What do I actually put down for that? Or will you just send me the details of that later?
Yeah, just write down like 3 special arrows. But they are inherently the Spherera arrows. They do an extra d6 of cold damage.
That's pretty good.
Yeah,
that's super good.
All right. And I grab the other ones and I put them in my quiver. And I say, while we're here, do you got any bows for sale?
Sure. I think maybe goes through like the big block of papers again. I don't think they're your size though.
Arthur sort of goes, well, can't you clearly see that I am...
I could get one if you want to see what it looks like.
Sure. Arthur definitely wants to see the size.
Oh, Nana
Walks away,
also wants to see
comes
this.
back,
It's gonna be bigger
and
than Nana.
holds out a bow that's like as tall as Arthur and says, well, here's a short bow.
Arthur's gonna try not pick it up, but just hold it on the ground. Sort of just
It's like the actual just like the wood of the bow where you'd hold it is like big enough for where you can't even get your fingers completely around it.
Oh my god.
I sort of turn around and go, look, it's how you use it, not the size of it. Here you go. Take it back now.
Yeah, and they take it back and say, well, if that's all, I think we're about to close up for the night. But feel free to come back if there's anything else.
I throw him 1 copper piece for being so helpful.
Thanks. It just like pockets it. No real like emotion to it. Just pockets it, and you make your way back towards the inn. And as you make your way back, there's Gerald. Go ahead.
I was just going to say it's probably about this time, because after Gerald leaves the tower, he's going to start messaging people. So Nana's first on the list because he knows that Nana and Arthur are together, so he's just checking in on them. He's like, "Dear Nana, it's Gerald, your wizard. How is things?"
No, the other Gerald.
I've done quite well for myself here. How did you fare? All the best, Gerald.
Nice.
Full stop.
Wow.
No, that's 2 words.
I love it.
Yeah,
I
full
love it.
stop.
No, it's just a punctuation point. You don't hear the word full stop, but you feel like there was a
Yeah.
there
So
was
I
a
have
finality.
25 words to respond
25
to you.
words.
Yeah, well, Gerald's voice comes into your head, but it sounds like he's talking to you from the other side of a fire, as is. You hear them.
Yeah.
Crackling of a fireplace.
There's crackling of fire. Now, if it's a warm hearth, who knows? But there's a crackling of fire.
Hello, Gerald. It sounds warm. Hope you're well. We got everything we need. Yeah, no, we'll have enough. We'll have enough.
Yep.
Also saw Uthard. What a dick.
When I see this come up in my book, I'm like, ooh.
What a shopping trip.
What a dick.
What a
Nana,
dick.
did you stab him? ? If so, how quickly do we have to leave town? From Gerald, your wizard.
And Gerald, you hear like a proper chortle from atop your head.
Yeah,
No, wait. No, it
in-
doesn't.
In common, yeah.
Yeah.
Not this time, Gerald. Not this time.
Like, all right.
Oh,
well,
Chad is
they-
asking if my stuff can be capitalized in his book because I was shouting.
Yeah,
Already
no,
did.
if you shout it, because I don't hear it, it would be capitalized. It'd be all caps.
Perfect. I love it.
Like any kind of
Oh.
sarcasm, we'd have like caps, lowercase, you know, like
Oh,
Or just
good.
certainly.
differently sized letters. Just
Yeah,
the font goes up
italics
and
and
down.
like, yeah.
Like the meme. I
So
freaking
does
love
Netta
that.
actually have to talk for him to respond? Or is she thinking all this in her head?
In the head.
I think I can think it. Yeah.
Okay,
It's,
that's
it's
all right.
up
She just
to you.
thinks
You
it.
can say it out loud.
I mean, if you want to say it out loud, you can.
No,
And then
I
I'm
would
going
probably
to.
just thought it. I think, but I might be like counting on my.
Yeah,
How
yeah,
does she
you-
know the 25? I don't know if she knows. So.
Oh, I would have told you. I would have explained. it.
Yeah.
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 In fact, no, I did. I literally went to every person and told
Yeah,
them.
you did. You did.
Yeah.
You
Except
were like
for-
25
except for
words or
Arthur.
less.
Yeah, I don't have enough space.
That's
in
why
the
I
book
was
to
asking
wrap
about
it.
the talking thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it would have been really sus if she's just calling some guy a dick while we're walking.
Well, I probably would have been counting on my fingers and very
Yeah,
carefully
yeah.
making sure that I could be like, he's a dick.
Yeah,
And then I'll
that's-
just probably
that's the
turn
important
to
part.
Orb and be like, oh, that was just Gerald checking in, blah, blah. Kind of explain that to him.
And I'll message Rudy, sending, dear Rudy, dear Rudy, Magic Hands McGee. This is Gerald, your wizard. How are you doing? Is everything well? I hope so. Please respond when convenient. From
And I don't know.
Oh my god.
Would Rudy still be awake? Because it's nearing midnight by this point.
Well, I would assume
Click, click, click,
Rudy's
click, click,
meditation. Sorry, I would assume Rudy's meditation and praying would have taken some time. So I'm going to say he is still awake. And I would say he hears the message, and it pops into his head, and he sort of, there's a flicker of frustration because it has interrupted him. But then he realizes, yes, it was Gerald, and he did say when it was convenient, so Gerald gets no reply.
Oh,
Wow, petty much?
wow.
You just like stand there.
Sorry,
look-
no. I have a request. Rudy sends back the letter K.
Oh.
Oh my god,
He's just
what
like-
a dick.
Not capitalized.
just a lowercase k.
I would
Just
have
a
loved if he had
lowercase
left
K.
that though.
Ah,
Oh my god.
well, at least he's alive, I guess.
And you
Okay.
all reconvene back at the
Oh
inn
my
in your
God.
room. And is there anything you want to talk about amongst yourselves, or are you going to bed?
Rudy
Just
does
going to
apologize to Gerald. He goes, "Sorry, Gerald. I was meditating and I was trying to pray and it was just the wrong time. I'm sorry, mate."
Ah, think nothing of it, Rudy. It's I understand.
How did
well,
that? Did you sell the gem? The quartz?
I
Did it get enough?
It was perfect. It was
Ah,
actually
yes.
exactly enough.
So you're telling
to
me
be
we
able
don't
to
have to sleep on
quiet.
the ground anymore, right?
No, well, we'll be able to have a tiny hut from now on, which is going to be absolutely lovely. However, I'm going to need a good 6 hours to do the transcription, so I'm going to get to work.
Excellent. And Arthur, did you get your arrows?
I pull out 3 special arrows.
Don't touch the
Oh,
tip, Arthur.
Arthur, Nana,
Not the
Nana, did you let him buy those? Those look dangerous.
No, he's fine. He's fine. He just can't touch the tip, okay? You gotta
I
watch
mean,
him,
you
Rudy.
should
This
never-
is on you.
You should
This
never
is
cross
on
tips.
you, Rudy. This is on you.
Hey, how's it on me? Hold on. I mean, I wasn't there. I was just,
She's busying herself in her bag of holding, like, weird. Can't
Arthur,
hear you."
those are some really nice tips. Please don't wave them around like that. What do they do?
Well, what I have been told, and I'm not 100% sure if if the guy is true or not, because arrows are just arrows and magic is
I mean,
magic.
Why would a shopkeep lie to you, Arthur? That seems odd.
Mate, there's a lot of people out there that just wants the money and say things are things, and anyways, I believe it does extra cold damage, as you can see from the little leather, and I sort of point to it and see how it's sort of icing over a little bit there.
And as he gets closer, everyone's like a little bit tense.
Everyone's like, it's like, oh, I see. Oh, okay. I'm sure that'd be wonderful against all the creatures that live in the snow. I'm sure we'll find a use for them somewhere, Arthur.
I mean, to be fair, Rudy, so far we've found things that are more flammable than not. And all of my fire magic was quite useless at the village.
That is
was
true.
on fire.
I do remember that night. You had the look of a newborn babe seeing a frightening sight for the first time.
I thought I could burn everything, but apparently not.
Oh, at least you can blast everything.
That's true.
Speaking of blasting, and this is when I'm going to bring up Uthard.
Oh my god, can you believe the nerve of that man? Did you give him what for, Nana?
I think he's just an idiot. I think we should go confront him as a group and tell him how wrong he was. I didn't stab him though. He's very unharmed in that regards, but I can't promise anything.
I don't know. I mean, look, I would love for someone to confront him. I don't necessarily know that I want to confront him, because that seems awkward. However, screw that guy.
Yeah, screw that guy. Like, I love how none of us are actually willing to talk meanly to another character.
I'm happy to talk
Rudy
mean.
will do it.
We're all willing to talk behind other characters' backs, but not to
Gerald would be. I feel like Gerald would be too anxious about such a confrontation, about incorrect directions.
I don't think Nana would have been anxious, but I was anxious as a person. So I didn't do it.
Arthur sort of goes over to Rudy and kind of shows Rudy his hand that Nana was holding. It's still a little bit sore, Rudy. Nana did. I was holding Nana's hand.
Wait,
I
Nana
don't
did
know.
that to you? And Rudy starts waggling one of the fingers, and he's like, "I think this is dislocated. Does this hurt?" Yes, it hurts. Okay, awesome. I mean, that's great. Okay. So, Arthur, ordinarily I would just click my fingers, which I can clearly do. Clap my hands. That is something I can do. And it would all be better. But you know what? This requires a bit of a tried and true method. We're going to Arthur, I need you to count to 3.
1, 2,
Back in.
and the most girliest scream happens.
There you go.
Duskus
All better,
wakes
buddy.
up and then goes right back to
Oh yes.
And as you all
seeing as
settle
Goose
down-
is asleep. Oh, sorry, Josie.
Yeah.
Just one more thing before we settle down. Also, the tower I visited did have a number of magical scrolls available, and potentially ones that weren't necessarily even on display that can be procured. So if there are any other spells that any of you would like, there is talk of trade in work, and there is a thing that I would like to get for Dusk Goose that I found in the shop, because Dusk Goose has protected me many times in our travels, and I feel like I feel like I want to do something for him. And he's been so down with having gone down with the sickness, and things like of that nature. I feel like I just want to do something for him, you know. However, we don't have the funds for it, myself or as a party, and to do the work required to pay off such a debt for such an item, and I want it to be a surprise if we can do. It would take a couple of weeks of work to pay it off. So do you guys have any idea how long we intend to stay in the city?
No.
Well, unfortunately, Gerald, like we're gonna wait for Lena. Although the guys at Customs seem to think she would be a few days. So I mean, we've at least got a day or two. Although
Possibly a week, even.
Possibly a week.
We don't know how fast the halflings are traveling, after all.
And then there's our investigation. I mean, we can't really just sit around twiddling our thumbs. We do have to look for the fellow we're looking for. Let's not forget why we're actually here.
I agree, but
And we have to look for Uthard again.
For the time being as well. So I feel like we're sort of in a place where we're forced to stay put for at least a time. So perhaps, look,
it can't hurt.
Well, perhaps if we don't have enough time, because it would take 2 weeks just with myself, just doing the work personally, but perhaps with the skills of perhaps you, Rudy, as another magic user, perhaps we could combine our forces and reduce the time to a week.
Look, I'll be honest, Gerald. I'm a little hesitant to utilizing my unique abilities to assist in the form of adventuring and the healing of those in need. My abilities are definitely equipped for that. For purely financial gain, I would have to think on it. I do apologize.
Well, it's not strictly for financial gain. It's for acquiring a new tool for Dusgoose.
I mean, I'm happy to do menial labor. I'm happy to do menial labor, but anything that requires anything further, I would have to think about.
Oh, so you don't wish to heal the general population? Is that what you're saying?
No, it's not that. It's just.
Oh, what is it then?
It's difficult to explain.
Try.
Jeez.
10:30 brain work.
And we pick it up from next week.
Look, it's more like, at least, yes, I am fully aware the abilities I'm utilizing in our adventuring. That yes, I do that for a living, and I do that for the betterment of not only myself but those around me, and to save lives, hopefully. However, it is not that is the core goal, not the actual of the actual financial gain. If I saw someone in need of attention, a medic of the healing kind, I could absolutely provide that aid, but I highly doubt I would request anything in return.
Sure.
Putting those skills to work. Again, it's not a situation I have come up against. Give me a night to think on it, Gerald, and I will
very well
see how I feel about it in the morning. I've spent the last 8 hours or 6 hours or so meditating and praying, and I'm feeling very conflicted at the moment. Give me time, Gerald.
Very well. I don't understand in the slightest, but I will accept that you need some time.
That is understandable. I can be. The powers we work with, you and I, they are polar opposite, but also very, very complicated.
They both are indeed. I will give you that one for sure.
Rudy has no idea how accurate that statement was.
Well, think on it. Simply, you'd be healing populace, I assume, and in return, we can better equip our own adventuring party. Think on it.
Well, as you all settle down, it's comfortable. Gerald gets to work on transcribing his scroll. Everyone settles down. Nana has a long bath.
Oh, yes, she does.
But there's one point where the lights in the suite grows dim, and there is a moment where everyone is sound asleep. But you all wake up in different places. You're convinced that you are still dreaming, but you definitely wake up. Gerald, you're standing inside of a burning circle, surrounded by blood and burning buildings.
Oh,
Arthur,
no.
you're in the middle of the forest. You see dead game, shot all over, pelted with arrows. Trees so thick that you cannot see into the forest. Nana, you're standing in the gardens of Pandoria, surrounded by fields of flourishing blooms and growth. Rudy, you're standing inside a cathedral. Just pews all over you, all around you. One thing you all have, just one thing, one thing you all have in common. All around you, you see gray shapes, gray hoods, just circling, surrounding all of you, and all of you hear a voice, a feminine voice that say, "It is time for the divine petition." And there we'll pick up next week.
What?
Slap your divine petition.
What? Thank you for the hydration, by the way.
Ah!
I love how I thought you were just gonna be like, yeah, and you all went to sleep. Just kidding.
Psych.
Psych.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. Divine petition?
Divine petition.
Arthur's happy
Writing that down.
he's in a forest, or dreaming that he's in a forest.
But you're surrounded by
Yeah.
grey figures.
Also dead
Yeah.
game.
And like, what?
Yeah.
How are you happy?
He's like, yay, dead animals!
The grey figures around him going, is this guy
Is
alright?
he
Is
okay?
this-
Hello?
Are we meant to be
He's like,
scared?
guys, we were supposed to make this scary. What's going on?
Yeah, the flowers in Pandoria. Nana's like, yay! And everyone's like,
Yeah,
The
yeah,
other,
we'll
like,
pick
turns
up there
the
next
intern.
week.
oh my goodness.
We'll see what happens.
Yay! Josie, are you continuing on after this?
No, I'm not.
Not this day.
No, not.
That is
this
okay.
day.
That is-
I will
No one
send you
signed up to
to-
play, and so I will take a rest.
No, I would if I didn't have to work in the morning. I would
Don't-
love
And
Don't
I
force
would
it.
if I didn't wake up my wife every time I laugh.
I
It's
mean,
fine, it's
well,
fine, it's fine. I need the rest anyway.
I mean, I would just
yeah,
full
yeah.
stop.
That's a long stream for you too.
I mean,
so-
unless y'all want to keep playing.
I
and know
mean-
what the
I mean,
divine
I always want to
petition
keep
is.
playing. I'm 100% honest. I always want to keep playing
Look,
this game.
there'll be a day where Noctia and I have a house where we have the bedroom on one end of the house and the stream room on the complete opposite end of the house. When that day comes,
On that day.
oh,
12-hour streams every day.
Yeah, you'll never get me off the platform. That day's
Any
not today.
after game questions though? Anything anyone wants to just like tidbits
And
you want to ask
also from
about?
chat,
Anything?
If you've got any questions for any of the characters, feel free to ask them in whoever chat you in, and we will ask it of the other players. You know, if you want to ask Gerald specifically a question about, you know, that he might know the answer to, I'm happy to answer as Gerald.
Super want to know if we're gonna run into Uthard again.
Well, I can answer the question that Uthard simply just has a shitty sense of direction.
So no malice, just terrible.
Yeah, just like literally just like
So probably doesn't. deserve
literally just
to-
mixed up his right and left. That's all he did.
I honestly, I thought we fucked it up. That I honestly thought it was us, and I thought the anger was misguided, but no, it was actually him. Damn. All right, well there you go. I've got a question from my chat. Is Gerald hot?
Like,
Legit, that's the question in my chat.
I mean, it's pretty cold out.
I'm glad you went there. That's I thought you would.
But he does have
If Shaggy is your
prestidigitation,
type.
so he can keep warm all the time. Some might call that hot, but you know, it's
I
pretty
don't.
comfortable.
I always imagine Gerald as a fusion of like Sword in the Stone Merlin and Shaggy from Scooby Doo.
You know, that's, hold on, let me quickly Google sword in the stone.
Oh, Gouda
Like
says.
Disney.
What would it have taken for Nana to have stabbed him? honestly, the only thing we had tonight was self-restraint. And that was it. But I was like actually quite close to just being like, fuck it, bunyip in the middle of the market.
Hang on. Well, okay, let's have a look at that. Like, he gave us misdirections, and then you suddenly attack the poor guy.
I wouldn't have attacked him, but I did want to strike fear into his heart.
You could have just bopped him with the spoon. I think that would have been.
Yeah, I think so.
Or-
I actually regret that very much. I'd like to reuse my. I would totally use an inspiration point to be like, and then I smacked him.
I would say that we're like going to be here for a few days, but apparently we're somewhere else entirely now. So.
Well, I will tell you, your characters know that it's a dreamscape.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
We're aware that we're in a dream, but it's like an incredibly real dream.
Oh, we have another question.
I have a question
no,
about
you go.
pronouns.
Ah, yes.
Yeah.
Someone would like to know the character's pronouns.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Gerald's just he, him.
Yep. Nana is she, her.
Yeah. Rudy is he, him. Yeah.
Arthur is a he, him, him,
A donkey.
donkey.
And
That's
the character Daskus, who's not here, played by Denny, who's been lurking around in chat, is also, if I recall, he, him.
Yes. Oh, Denny says he, him, or geese goose.
Geese
Either one works for her.
Geese goose works.
but honestly,
Um,
like Gerald's so
yeah.
like heads in a different space that he honestly wouldn't care what pronouns. Like if someone said they, fine. Someone said
Oh
she.
yeah, no, they.
He,
The
he'd barely
wizard.
blink at it.
Yeah.
Wizard, yeah.
Yeah.
He,
so-
him, whiz.
So we've got. I don't think I can answer this question actually. There's a question from someone says, "Do you think the Beholder is one of the scariest monsters in D&D?" But I don't know what that is.
Oh, I can answer that. Hell
So,
yeah, it is.
I'll show you a picture.
Please
The
do.
Beholder.
The Beholder. It's classic. It's
a
just
classic Dungeons and
You'll
Dragons.
know it. You have seen it, Cuddly. You just don't know
This
the name.
thing.
That's
is
a
a Beholder.
Beholder.
Oh,
It's a blob with too many eyeballs,
Oh.
and all of them shoot different lasers of death at you.
Oh, can you just like poke him in the eyeball though?
Also, that big eye
That
in the
would hurt.
center has a big old cone of anti-magic field. So if it's looking at you with its main eyeball, you cannot cast any spells.
It's
All of
fine,
your
I just
magic
need a
stuff is
fucking spoon.
disabled.
Yeah.
I got
No, the
Thorn Whip
spoon
and
is
a spoon,
disabled.
baby.
You can't do
Yeah,
anything
Thorn Whip
with it.
wouldn't
think-
work. You'd have to
Like
hit it with the
anti-magic
spoon.
field, right?
Yeah.
I could just
I-
hit it with a
I-
spoon.
I think Tome wants to know the pronouns of Rudy's little piglet.
Oh,
Rudy's little piglet is definitely okay. I apologize if I mucked this up. They, them. Is that I think I've got that right.
Yeah.
I apologize if I have stuffed that up. Rudy's piglet doesn't.
It's a wooden piglet.
It's a wooden piglet. Look, sometimes, yeah, definitely.
I wonder.
them.
I haven't asked the hat what it considers itself yet, so that might be a question for later.
Could be,
So
could
I'll
be.
I'll just stick with they them until I know.
The mushroom is he, they. It does not mind. It's a mushroom. It's okay with things. It's pretty chill.
It's a mushroom.
It's a mushroom.
Doesn't take up mushroom.
No,
Huh.
and there's not mushroom for error.
Vinoxman asks, did Gerald ever have his patron interfere with anything your party was doing actively?
Ah,
Feel like yes. Like all the time.
Yes.
the answer is both
Uh,
yes and no. They haven't directly interfered with anything yet, but there is definitely stuff going on in the background.
Pause for concern.
Yes, there's definitely been some things that are definitely cause for concern for events that may or may not happen in the future. And on that note, I feel like we're about to hit one of them right now.
This
Because-
is fine. This
because
is fine.
A few episodes ago, I was given, in fact, when I was talking to the very friendly Nadia, she did mention something about a choice. that the acrid flame could make a false choice. So I'm concerned at the moment, or Gerald is concerned at the moment, that this might be the time that choice is going to come up, and he's very unpleased about that.
It is indeed time for choice.
Yeah. So
So
I'm
great.
very concerned that I might not end up having a choice in this matter.
I've got asked a question. What will the next horse's name be?
Ooh, good
I'm
question.
actually gonna put it in my Discord, and whoever is in my Discord will get to decide the name on the next horse.
That's actually super cool, Orb. I love
That's
that.
great.
That
That
is
is super
really
cool.
good.
So
I
I
love
was gonna actually start it tomorrow afternoon, and we have to Sunday before the session starts on what the horse's name will be.
Gotta name that horse.
Name the horse. I will say, if there's lurkers in my chat, feel free to drop your points towards the community challenge redemption. It is an item for these fools to
I'm
gain
full,
and
confirmed.
use.
Wow.
Yeah, wow.
Wow.
I'm willing to
We're,
take
we're
on.
shocked and horrified by such wild accusations.
You know, I'm willing to take on the additional fool status of one of you if one of you doesn't want to be a fool.
Look, Arthur knows he's
I mean,
a fool.
I'm a
so-
fool. Nana's not a fool, but I am
okay.
a fool, so we're kind of stuck
I'm
there.
a glass half full kind of guy.
Well, yeah, okay.
There you go. There you go.
I can just see Josie one day is just gonna say that they're done and they're just gonna get up and leave.
Oh man.
I'm gonna have
these
an
are such
actual
good
panther
questions.
jump through my window, and you'll just see me getting mauled. Okay, panthers.
I'll
I will still
coordinate
love it.
Josie.
I will
live close enough.
just go. I've got connections on the dark web.
Yeah.
Oh, dang it! You...
Delivery for Gerald. We have two live panthers.
So for anyone
no.
interested in joining into DnD, because I'm getting some questions about how do you start? I've wanted to do it for years. Talk to Josie.
Mm-hmm.
Because she actually runs little mini campaigns, mini dungeons, dungeon crawlers, every week. Really, isn't that right?
Yep.
And
So
she's such a good
Saturdays
DM.
and sometimes Sundays.
You won't find a better DM. It's
absolutely
amazing.
not.
I have a
It's great.
character in this pickup game called Song of Boots, who's a Tabaxi
Definitely
bard.
not Puss in Boots.
Absolutely not Puss in Boots. I don't know who would think that. And it's a lot of fun. It's just a straight up dungeon crawl. So hit up Josie's
really
Discord if you want to know more about that. I've got a great question from Mick Bisexual, who asks, do the characters have any fears? And I can answer that. I'm going to go first.
You'll never stop going.
Is, Gerald's answer is yes, all of them.
That's short and sweet. I love it.
It's kind of Gerald's thing that he's kind of just like low key to mid key to high key, scared of everything. He's he's seen some things that he tries to forget constantly and succeeds in some ways, but for the most part, it's just this underlying terror that he deals with on a daily basis.
Let's get through this question and then we'll round up for everyone. Does Arthur have any fears?
Arthur is, I can't bring it up on the stream right now, but afraid of the beast who killed his wife.
Ooh.
He is afraid of that beast. And it's not so much he's afraid, he just gets startled by things a lot. Like if there's a large group of people suddenly on top of him, he goes, oh, what? Yeah. It's not so much that scares him, he can still function. It's just more like more uncomfortable position sort of thing. But yeah, generally, yeah, the main fear would be the beast that killed his wife.
Rudy?
Rudy, I mean, Rudy's, I think, main fear is, Rudy's very scared of, not the cleanliness. Sorry? Paper cuts?
Paper
No,
cuts.
no, paper cuts are fine. He'll again. He would click his fingers, but he can't click his fingers and get rid of it. Rudy is scared of losing the ability to do what he can do, and that feeds into the why he's always washing his hands, cleaning his hands. He's done a lot of work with the dead, and he fears that that if something was to go wrong with his hands, he wouldn't be able to perform the feats that he can perform. So it's not that he's got he's not scared of it as such, but
He's got performance anxiety.
yeah, it is a little bit. No, like it's more like he is afraid of losing the ability to do what he can do too early. So, but yeah, it's a complicated emotion, and it does feed into his constant washing of his hands and cleaning of his hands and looking after of his hands.
We have an answer for Das Goose from Denny. It says Goose has shown to have a fear of open water, but he does have a fear of something lurking within him that he may not be able to control.
Hey. Where Goose anyone?
Yeah, Denny said that. And for Nana, she isn't too scared of like she sees monsters and she knows like yeah, they're not great. She's more worried for the people around her. Like, so I feel like losing people and like losing experiences and memories is more her worst fear. And losing that sort of will to keep going even if you do lose someone. So that's something that it's more like inner demon shit here going on.
Yeah, I can't imagine Nana being scared of anything external to her. Hey,
I mean, she did try and say hi to the Yetis. So
yeah,
like hey, and they're like,
Oh dear.
they're like, we're trying to murder you. What?
Oh dear.
Those are all very good answers.
Well.
An excellent question, Mick Bisexual. Thank you. For that.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, I love we had this little Q&A.
this is
moment.
fun.
Yeah,
That was
we
nice.
should do this more often.
Yes.
When there's time. We'll definitely do
Yeah,
it
when there's
when we have time.
When there's time, yeah.
Yeah. Do we have anyone to raid?
Oh, good question.
We've got a Dave V. Dorky playing Magic the Gathering. If
Oh
he's
yeah, he was
still
playing
on,
that the
which
other
is
night.
probably the closest thing that I really have to. Oh, he's making a funny face. I just
feel
got
like
on
I
there.
suggest them all, so I don't. I want to stay out of this one.
There is one person that we haven't rated for ages. That is online at the moment. AussieDevFro.
I fucking wasn't even expecting it. Why?
It's been so long.
It's been so long. Oh no.
Got him. But no, I agree. We should rate Davey.
I've got Dutch in chat screaming, "I fucking knew it!" right now. Denny
Yeah, Dutch
screaming,
knew
"Got
what was
him!"
going on.
Oh my god.
Got him.
Got him.
God
Well
damn,
played.
guys.
Yes. Well played.
No,
Indeed.
we should totally rate Davey Dorky.
Okay, we'll raid Davey. Or Josie, you okay with that?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
Let's
excuse me.
get this show on the road.
Oh,
Dutch also does say to anyone who is sick at the moment, I hope they are feeling better soon.
Thank you, Dutch.
Yes.
I'm not.
We'll see
Thanks
each other
anyway.
next week for the divine petition.
Oh
Whatever
my
that-
God, yeah,
I don't love that. I don't
If-
love
I
it.
mean,
I have
divine
time,
things
I
are
will-
usually okay, right?
I mean,
Uh-huh.
Question mark?
you could ask the expert.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
well, I would if we were together or awake. Yikes.
Oh dear.
Right.
See what happens.
going to raid.
Prepare yourselves.
Yes,
going to
prepare for
be
the raid. Remember, everyone, stick around for the raid if you're going to head off anyway, because you do get channel points for whatever channels
You
are
do.
doing
You
at the time.
do.
Not only that, you get our eternal gratitude.
That's true.
You do.
Mm.
Definitely.
I mean,
Eternal. Never
You have
ending.
mine anyway,
Yeah.
just for being in existence.
That is
so-
true.
But I'll
That
see
is
y'all
true.
next week.
Yes.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
See y'all next week.
Alrighty, just ultra quick to my guys before we head off. First and foremost, thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for joining the D&D. These streams are always a little bit different to our other streams, but I do appreciate you guys tuning in, using us for background entertainment, or possibly, you know, even keeping track of the game. I know we have trouble keeping track of the game sometimes.